Right. The three of you are capital city detectives. So we didn't decide on your relationship between the three of you, how well you know each other. So should we introduce your characters? Give like a brief description of who you are, what you do within the team. So does somebody want to go first?
Sure, I'll go. As lead detective for this particular team, I have been in charge of this unit for some time, a year or two at least, and primarily, initially, what was an assault unit has changed over time as the needs for more focus on the actual solving of crimes rather than just, removing problems, which is what I initially signed up for. But now the department has kind of moved me into this, you're experienced, but we need more actual detection going on out there. So we're going to pair you up with a couple of other more broadly skilled detectives. So however long they've been in the unit, I've been here longer. And so even though I'm relatively young, I'd say Detective Schmidt is probably in his late 30s. But he's been a cop for a long time, at least 10 years at this point already, which is strange considering his young age, but he went right into it.
Want to go next?
Sure.
So I am Detective Lang. I've recently joined this crew. I used to be hopping to and from whatever mission would require tech, because I'm a kind of hacker, tech-based, do a bit of everything. I've been on a couple jobs with Balash, unfortunately. Now I'm in this group with Detective Schmidt leading and working on whatever we need to do.
Okay, just hang on. I'm just getting a phone call. Hey, Kobe. Yeah, it's Balash. Haha, no. Now it's Detective Balash. How do you like that? Yeah, could you believe it? After the accident in the ambulance? Yeah, no, I couldn't work there anymore, that's for sure. No, they found out about it too, so they wouldn't hire me either. Yeah, no, the CPD, apparently they don't research the people who apply for jobs there. Not if you're applying as a medic. Anyways, what a sweet gig. I go around the office all the time, talk to different people. Yeah, every now and then somebody whines they have a play. I can't go to jail because I have even if they are sick and stuff, I send them to jail anyways, I don't need to go to the hospital and tax our systems even more. I gotta go. I got this hard ass chief detective that's on to me for some investigation. But we'll catch up later. We'll get some drinks. But this time I won't be driving after drinking. 100%. No, I can't get caught again. Anyways, you take it easy, Kobe. I gotta run. Yeah. Remember, Detective Balash. CPD. Can you believe it?
No.
Right.
No, I can't. So the three of you, you're on a night shift. One of many. It's your usual routine of doing the night shift, and you receive a call from dispatch asking or telling you to go to Montgomery Plaza on Burton Avenue. You do know the place, and it's not a bad place. As areas of capital city go, it's pretty decent. It's not one of the slum areas. You'd need a fairly decent income to be living in Montgomery Plaza. And the dispatch is basically there's been a jumper. Somebody has jumped from the apartment block. It's a fatality, obviously. And uniformed officers are there, and they have requested your team or a team to respond. And you are the unfortunates that have answered the dispatch. So, who is driving?
I'll drive.
I don't think Balash should drive.
No, Balash
Not again.
doesn't drive.
So, do you put the lights on? Do you speed, or do you just cruise? What?
Oh no, I mean, they're already dead. We're just gonna cruise over. No need for lights. I don't know how these two might react to seeing our vehicle actually have like a fully automatic rifle in it. But I remind them again, although this is not our first interaction with each other, hey, this is not for you. You two don't access the rifle. I do. So, and then we drive on to Montgomery Plaza.
Rightio. So there is
It's like our video is frozen, Jake.
Working on that. So sorry. I think I fixed it. Sorry.
No worries.
It was, yeah. Sorry. That's fine.
So this is the site you see when you turn into Burton Avenue. So you've got, if you scroll down, you'll see it,
Yep.
Jake, at the bottom. There's a picture of two squad cars blocking the road, and there's two police officers in the middle of the cars as you approach. So if you look above that, there is the actual head down of the street. So that is your blue pap there. So they're the two officers. And as you drive towards the two officers, you recognize the male officer who's in the passenger seat, the side seat, out of the other two detectives. So
I shall be. Just so Balash is in the back.
So you will notice, as well as the lead detective notices, the male officer goes. You can see him swearing under his breath. He goes, "Oh, fucking hell!" And Schmidt, you don't like this guy. He's a pain in the arse. He's a sergeant. It's Sergeant Becker. You just rub each other the wrong way. There's rumours that he's bent. He's not a good cop, but he must be one of the ones that's called it in. You imagine he's probably like the senior uniformed officer at the site. So you seem like walk to the back, and then you just pull around to the side, I would imagine. So he kind of flags you down or gets you to stop there.
As we do that, I'm going to roll down the window and say, "Hey, Becker, did that cream I give you help get the pimples off your pecker?"
Oh, fuck you, man.
I thought it was good stuff.
He just...
I'll see. We'll talk about it in private. Come see me in my office back at CPD.
Yeah, you're the Joker, aren't you? Come on, there's a crime here, or suicide.
So you brought me because you think I can resuscitate him? I'm good, man.
If I was going to call anybody, it wouldn't be you.
Last person I brought back to life, his name was Jesus. Remember?
So at that point, I step out of the car, and I'm like, "Stow it, both of you, Becker. You don't talk to my detectives like that."
Oh yeah, whatever. It just backs off. Body's there. So behind him there is a yellow cab, and on the bonnet is a dead woman. So if you pop your tokens on the thing, I presume you all get out the car. So it's you can see it's been cordoned off where you pass. the two cars blocking the street, and down the other end of the street, there's a police van and another officer, and there's obviously a cordon across. There are people kind of gathered either end of the street, like just gawping onlookers, but they're not actually on the crime scene. They've all been crime scene. They've all been like ushered away behind the black barriers and stuff. So there are people watching. So
LD, if it's okay, before we get close to her, I want to check the body, make sure she was alive when she jumped and not dead. That would change certainly the investigation if I were able to ascertain that information.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, that's what you're here for, Balash. Take a look.
Straight to the body. So you would be somewhat relieved. Normally when somebody's jumped, it's a nasty mess. She doesn't look too bad. The taxi has taken the impact. All the front of the taxi's like much smashed. The windscreen's gone, and she's just laid on the bonnet. And she's stunning. So there's a picture of her here at the side.
You know, I wasn't going to say anything because it is a dead body, but it's a nice picture. Oh, geez. Okay. Is she dressed like that?
Sorry, I didn't put the 18 over warning, so I'll say that now. Now the over 18 warning. So
she's basically in that attire. It's like a leather corset. She looks fantastic, even though she's dead. She looks good. It's hard to believe that she's actually dead because that taxi has taken the impact. So Becca goes, she's dead gorgeous. It's a shame, isn't it? But she's definitely dead.
I wonder what her motivation for jumping was. Were you with her last?
He points up and up to the plaza, and he points up to a window. So 4 floors up, you see an open window. There's no veranda on it. It's just basically just like a window, fairly large window that's open, and it looks like she's jumped from there.
So Schmidt's looking around. He's looking to see if there's any on street or on the side of buildings like CCTV cameras.
Oh yeah,
cameras.
Yeah, they're literally everywhere within the city. So yeah, there's CCTV. Becca will say the driver was in the car when she dropped. So he points back to the van. He's in the back of the van. He's not in a very good state. Obviously, it's not what you usually expect. Somebody landing on your bonnet. I've got the girl's name. She's resident at Montgomery Plaza. She's well, he'll tell you, but it probably like send some information through to your data pad, just like the basics, what they've found out. So she is called Jessica Taylor, and they've got the apartment number. It says if you they've spoken to the security guard stroke attendant. It's a John Miller, so he's waiting in the lobby. So if you need to talk to him, and he can take you up to the room, but the room's been secured, so there's another uniformed officer on the door.
Jessica, you say? She looks more like a Doris.
So we have her apartment number, right?
You've got the apartment. You can see the window open.
Is that the same apartment that the window is open? Is there any way I can know that, or?
They've not gone into the room because that's not their job. That's
no, but I'm saying, like, is the apartment number the one that we're thinking she came out of? Got you.
Yeah. They've had this John Miller's come out, and obviously they've spoken to him, but he's waiting for you, the investigating team, to interview him proper. So as this is all going on, the female police officer comes up. Gonna say because you know Becca, you will know her. She's like a new recruit. She's called Officer Graves, and and she says, "Excuse me, Detective Smith. If you need any help, I'm more than willing to help. You just tell me what you need, and I'll do it, sir. You just tell me." And Becca just goes, "Oh, brown noser."
No. Okay, listen, Graves, you're doing great. One piece of advice at CPD.
I'll do. I'm willing to learn, and I really want to help. You just tell me what to do.
You just want to stay away from Becker's pecker.
She's like just looks at you like gone out.
So
Balash, professionalism.
Let me show you a few things about how to approach the body. See, do you notice here how it looks like the taxi took the brunt of the impact and not the body? What does that suggest to you, Graves?
Can I come over and say, Graves, have you got the security footage?
There you
Can
go.
you go get me that?
No, they're just here to coordinate and secure the site for you to investigate. So you're the tech. That's for you to do. Yeah.
Send them home to get the right person.
Do you just? Yeah, you want to set to work straight away. You just start doing the techie stuff. So Smith's already mentioned like CTV. So you just start getting your data pad out and trying to hack into the well, not hack in, but get into the CTV systems. Yeah, access it. So you'd be like going through like the authority or whatever to access it. So we can make a roll for that.
Well, they've got that in hand. I'm going to head over to the police van because I want to speak to the driver of the taxi.
Okay, and then I presume is it the last? You're gonna start looking at this dead girl.
Well, and not noticing that Graves was already moved away by Detective Lang, I'm still going to be talking to her and saying,
of course.
You see here that this would indicate maybe that there's some sort of subskin armor on the torso or some other modification which protects the body from being.
Gone.
Can we make a roll to see how long it is before Balash realizes literally no one is listening to him?
It's you've scared her off, and she's watching Detective Lang do her stuff on a data pad. So
yeah, I have three things that I'm interested. I want to know, number one, why this body isn't more damaged. Meaning, what was the power upgrade or whatever?
I'm going to give you a whole list of things. Just if Lang, you just make a roll. It's a control roll. So while Blas is basically doing his crime scene investigation on the body, you're doing this. So we'll do you first. So just make your roll. So you're looking for 5s and 6s. So 3, but don't you get your +1 for using your computer?
I do. Is that an extra D6? Or is it
extra D6. Yeah. So you need a 5 or 6.
Yeah, but it's not showing. Okay, I've got to do it. All right, I've got to do something else for the rolling. Apologies. Give me a second.
So it's a fairly straightforward thing, but maybe the computer's down or the system's down. So normally you would just be able to log in and access the CTV that's required, but it doesn't seem to be happening for you straight away. So you stick at it. Maybe you have to put in a call to headquarters or like the local authority just to gain access, but it doesn't come through straight away. Maybe there's like a technical glitch or something, but you're not able to get through. So like Graves is watching you, and she's like, nothing's happening. But she like looks at you, looks at your pad, looks at you.
There we go.
And then pretend like it's supposed to be happening, and I'm just gonna.
And then she walks back over to Balash and watches him doing stuff. So before we go to you, Balash, we're going to go to the back of the van. Sorry. So in the back of the van, the police officer that stood there opens the doors, or the doors are already open, and there's this guy sat in the back. He is the driver of said taxi, a Fred Revers. So he's drinking, looks like they've got him a hot drink, a coffee. He is deathly pale. You presume
the blanket around his shoulders.
You
Well, this is
presume he's like
yeah.
he's in shock. He's got slight cuts on his face. We presume from like the windscreen when it like exploded on him.
Sure.
So he sat there, and so he looks up as you come to the side of the door, and he's definitely distressed. So he just looks at you.
Mr. Travers, I'm sure you're in a difficult way right now, and I understand that. Have any of my officers asked you any questions?
No, not really. Just they asked if I was okay. I just pulled up on a break. I was just having something to eat, a bite to eat, and I got the radio on, and the next minute, it's just this almighty bang, and the windscreen exploded. And there's this woman on my bonnet, my car. She's wrecked my car. What am I gonna do?
So would I have known looking at the taxi? Is that like a company car, or does this look like an independent operator?
It's independent.
Oh, so he's worried about his car. That makes sense.
I'm going to be out of business. But oh god, but the poor girl.
Yeah. Well, that's the city we live in, right, sir? I'm sad it happened to you. You said you were pulled up on a break. You weren't here to pick anyone up.
No, I was just taking 15 minutes to having a drink and just a bite to eat, and and it just happened.
Had you dropped anyone off at this location?
No, I'd done my last a last trip, and then I was taking 15 minutes.
He appears to be in shock. I don't know how, I want to, obviously I might not be able to do this, but I want to be able to tell, if he's keeping anything from me, because...
command roll. That's your social interaction.
Sure. So not with a badge, obviously, because I'm not trying to browbeat this guy, but I want to get a sense of, is that really why he was here?
Is like your psychology roll. Yeah, you think is fairly genuine. Definitely in shock.
Sure.
You know, I mean, if he was lying to you, there'll be some kind of digital record or tracker in his taxi where he's been what he's done. So maybe you could get Lang to fish around in the taxi just to double check that. But yeah, you think is genuine.
Well, sir, I understand this is difficult for you. I don't know that I can give you any good news. We will get the scene cleaned up and the deceased taken away as soon as we can. After that, you'll have access to your vehicle. I know this is a difficult time for you.
Okay. Thank you, officer.
If you can think of anything, if you saw anybody leaving the building shortly thereafter, or
man, no, I got out of the car and there were people screaming and then all people gathering around. I was just looking at the girl and my car, my fucking car.
Yeah.
So no, he didn't. He wasn't really paying attention to the surroundings. The focus was what had happened in the car. So he saw.
If I could, sir, could I know this is difficult, and this will only be used for this investigation. But could I get access to your vehicle's systems?
Yeah,
any of you
sure.
Anything that maybe you didn't see.
He'll pass you his keys to his car.
Thank you. I'll give these to the officer to get back to you when we're done on the scene.
No problem.
And I turn to the officer there. I'm like, keep him comfortable. Keep him drinking just coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
Very odd advice for a detective, but okay.
So yeah, I'll head back with that, and give it to Lang to see if she wants to gain access to the vehicle and its cameras and everything, because I assume they have like rear cameras and probably side cameras. And
you will actually see as you're coming back. So there is a dash cam which is still intact, a forward fitted one, obviously, and it is still recording now.
Okay.
So to the actual lady, Balash, roll me your control. So it's your control +1 because it's medical.
Okay.
So you need 5s and 6s. There's no like levels of success, which I think there should be for this game, but that's good enough.
Right.
You've got 2.
Yeah,
I'm gonna reel off a load of stuff for you.
So,
She's
but
definitely dead.
Specifically, I mean, I'll be taking fluids from everywhere to make sure that there's no foul play. I do want to know about anything that the body is reinforced with and why it didn't go down.
Oh.
And most importantly, was the person dead prior to impact?
Rightio. So she is in attire as pictured. So I'll just reel them off. They're not in any.
Which is why our viewership just increased 300%.
So probably the first thing you notice, she's definitely dead. The second thing,
The more you say that she's definitely dead, the more I'm beginning to question that.
Exactly.
Just on just above her right breast, like on a chest, there are 2 burn marks, red burn marks, and these are like really recent. You think you will have probably encountered something similar before. You think she's been tasered.
Okay.
Her face physically looks like she's been crying. All the mascara's run, so she must have been upset. So could have been depressed, jumped, maybe crying. All the mascara's run. Her eyes are very bloodshot, but you'll do the thing. You'll check her pupils, and you're pretty sure there's possible drug use gone on here. All her pupils are dilated. Something else you notice when you like looking at the eyes, you are pretty sure, you can't be 100% certain what it is, but she has an upgrade for her eyes. This, I don't know, maybe the scanner picks it up, but she's got upgrades in her eyes. It could be various things, but you can't tell. That's something that they would have to do back at headquarters. When they do a proper autopsy, they find out what she's fitted with.
Okay.
And then both her wrists are bruised and marked. And this is also recent. You would think handcuffs. And then probably the most disturbing thing, she has a fresh cigarette burn on the inside of her right thigh. And one other thing, she has an black eagle tattoo on her right wrist. Well,
so we know that
forearm, which looks like this. So imagine that in black on her wrist.
Okay.
Okay.
So we know that this Jessica, or Doris, as you would have it, lives in the building above on the 4th floor. So it's her apartment. So obviously she wasn't called to some sort of party. Do we know her profession?
I think yes.
But Becca's still like hanging around.
Sure.
He says she'll be on the game surely, but
that means that she has marks that come to her place.
She's registered at the plaza. You need to speak to the guy on the door, Miller. He's got that info. I mean, he'll like check his data pad. So she's self-employed. You've got a name. You've got where she lives. So something else that Lang could do or you could do? You could do like a background check on her, find out her profession. She's down as like being self-employed. You would presume she's an escort or something like that, the way she's dressed.
See,
But
Balash, do you have everything you need from the body?
no,
we get the
not.
coroner
I have
here?
not quite figured out why the body's structure was maintained so well.
oh, it's the car. The car has taken the impact.
I understand.
She's landed on like the windscreen and the
Okay.
bonnet. If she'd have landed on the concrete floor, she'd have been a pancake.
Oh, I understand. Okay, so this is normal for that. Okay, fair enough. All right. So, yeah, I think we do. I mean, this is looking like a very high class escort. We have to find her appointment book. She looks like she was tased or shot with some sort of electronic weapon, which could have stunned her prior to the fall, but not necessarily killed her. But it's odd. I mean, why would somebody do that? If somebody was trying to eliminate her and they wanted to make it look like an accident, they would not have shot her in the chest first, not with a taser, not with anything else.
Oh, well.
Apart from you,
think
nobody else would really know. It's just two red marks on the top of her chest. But you.
But I'm calling attention to it. We're here because we're before we go. I want to discuss what I'm seeing on the body so that the lead detective can have all the information.
I think you're making a large leap, assuming that they're trying to cover this up and make it look like a self-inflicted situation. I've been in enough situations where people get thrown out of windows and it's intentional, and there's no attempts to hide it. So I think we need to look around upstairs. You're right. I think we need to find if she's got an appointment book of any kind. I'm kind of on the same level as you. Without knowing more right now about her possible employment. But Graves, is the coroner's van on the way?
For you to call in once you've finished the preliminary
So I look
investigation.
at are we done with this body
You call
here?
in.
Can I check the marks? Because I've got a shock-based cybernetic. Can I check if it was a cybernetic caused or weapon caused?
That would be hard to tell. It would. I mean, it would probably be the thing. What you've got is probably similar to a taser. So if you do the shock thing on somebody, they get stunned. So
would it leave a mark? Or...
yeah, there'll be burn marks. Yeah. So taser, they either shoot a dart out, and so you'd have the dart mark, or there's the physical one where you stamp them and it gives out an electric shock instead of it going through the wires. This is probably the latter, where you touch them. And it's the two prongs or whatever touches the body.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not a distance weapon; it's a close-up taser.
Yeah, so somebody's basically pressed it on a chest.
Okay.
And Balash is like certain about that's what it was, a taser. I mean, he would know, right?
Yeah, yes,
it's electrical burn in nature.
It's electrical burn. Yeah. So I've put literally the description of what I told you at the side of it. So in that blue box there, you can see everything. I'm gonna say roll. So Lang, you're going to check out the taxi. I think that was the next job, wasn't it? So
The dash cam, yeah.
you're going to do that. What are the other two doing while Lang does that? Are you going to go into the building while Lang does that, or are you just waiting here while Lang does extra stuff?
I mean, I don't know that there's any cause for us to stay grouped up for right now. So if Lang's going to check out the car, I've also requested, I've given Lang access to the vehicle.
So you have
from the driver and ask, Lang, if you could check out cameras, feeds, anything recorded. We're looking for people leaving the scene. Is the building's main entrance on this side of the street?
So imagine the road being a little bit longer than what it actually is.
Sure.
So it's actually like a crossroads. So the entrance to the building is down here, down to the left-hand side.
Oh, okay. So maybe if you could look for anybody suspicious that maybe is crossing the street from where the main entrance of the building is, and then potentially access CCTV.
There are a few vehicles that are parked up in front of the taxi. So there are spaces. So eventually, obviously, when it's been cordoned off, people have had to leave the cars there. But you would presume some cars have gone, or
Sure.
so there are spaces. But that's something the dash cam would be able to tell you. So we'll do Langfest. So do another control roll. So this is like reviewing the dash cam footage.
So this just be 3 dice?
No, it's 4 dice. We'll give you the computer thing every time. It's just your special thing. So it's a fairly straightforward thing. So so you wind back to the time of the jump. So that's probably quite easy to do. Maybe the officer tells you when the incident happened. Exactly. So you wind it back. So you see that you don't actually see him, but you see the view. There are cars. You can see the cars parked in front. You can see the impact of it, and then him getting out of the car, and then people all stood around. A couple of women screaming. So I presume you want to rewind before that, further back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Probably to see if anyone goes in or out.
yeah. So about 5 minutes before, there's a white transit van pulls up, and it pulls up about 4 cars down. So it's not like next to it. It's 4 cars down. It's just actually near the junction, the turning to go into the entrance to the plaza, and it's a plain white transit van, and 2 look like maintenance men get out, and they head off down the side of the building. So this is about 5 minutes before the actual impact.
Okay.
But that van is not there now. So what do you want
And
to
the
do?
man wearing like any logos or anything?
No, just plain grey maintenance men, like jumpsuits. You can't see any logo on the car from this angle, on the van from this angle, because it's like it was facing forwards. You've got You've got a type of van. No, you wouldn't see the plates either, because the cars are in the way. But if you get that CTV, there's no way it can hide its plate. You don't really get a clear look at the men. Kind of, I don't know. Maybe are they avoiding the CTV? They've both got like baseball caps on. So it's hard. You would need to enhance the dash cam or rely on better CCTV footage.
Can I zoom in enhance?
So do you want? That was five minutes prior to her impact. That van is not there now, so you know that van's gone. So do you want to kind of fast forward to after the impact?
Yeah, to see if those same men get back in the van, I guess.
So you go back, you find the impact of her landing. So you rewind. Maybe you kind of overshoot and you actually see him pull up, and then maybe you see him putting like a coffee cup on the bonnet, something like that. So he's having his break, and then about. Oh no, I've said that wrong. You're going the wrong way. You want to rewind, don't you? You want to rewind further, sorry. So, oh no, that's right, isn't it? I'm getting confused now.
Fast forward?
You're wanting to find when they left, aren't you? So yeah. So you've got the impact. So then, yeah, fast forward because you went the wrong way too far. That's right. Sorry, I'm getting confusing myself. So yeah, you go to them leaving, and you do notice them come out again. The people are all stood around, gawping at this woman on the bonnet. He's got out. You can see him. People are asking him if he's all right. And these two people, they go back to their van. They don't look up the street. Like there's literally people screaming, and there's a body on a bonnet, on a taxi bonnet, 4 cars away from their van. They do not look in the direction. Heads down, baseball caps down, get in the van, and drive off.
Okay. So I'm going to next look for CCTV to try and track their van.
So,
And tags.
I'm going to say,
License.
we'll probably fast forward. It doesn't happen straight away, but it does come back. So the CTV, you pick this same van coming, because you've got the times and everything. So you have this van turning up, and before they get out of the van, the CTV cuts out.
Right.
It just blacks out.
Wow.
And maybe this was the glitch before. It says there's something or somebody has wiped the CTV.
Is there anything
just gone? And then fast forward, it comes back on. The white van is gone.
Okay, so Kyle.
So there's like a space of time where it's just gone. It's like it's been erased.
Is there any shops or anything opposite that would have CCTV on the building?
There may be. You could. This is like the localized CCTV. So with what you can do is you can check adjoining roads, so you are able to pick the van up again. It's just in this location. It's just everything's kind of nerfed. The CCTV seems to have just gone.
Okay.
But you're able to pick up the van on in nearby streets. You get the license plate as well. Still no decent visual of the driver. But straight away this license plate will come back as being a fake plate.
Okay. So a dead end, but potential suspects.
But you can, you would still be able to track the van, because you can track it on CTV, so you can still do it. So that's like another job for you to do. And if you're lucky, you might get a better look at the driver and passenger. Two white men, just really hard to see. But yeah. They're bound to get caught at like a junction or something like that with a better CTV. So we'll come back to that. So do you pass this on to the other two detectives?
Yeah, I'll probably, after I've watched it for a bit, follow them in and relay the info when they're not busy.
So I would imagine Graves will like stay with you watching what you're doing. So both Smith and Balak, you go into the lobby.
Just prior to that, given the wounds that were more of an intimate nature with the cigarette, I'm going to expect that if somebody was that close, there might have been a struggle. So do I notice any skin underneath the fingernails or blood as signs of scratching? Or
there's no signs of struggle apart from obviously the handcuff
wrists.
marks, the wrists where someone's restrained her.
Okay, understood. All right, so then I'm going to just surmise again and go, LD, then multiple people. If somebody was holding down her wrists while somebody else was torturing her prior, and she didn't have a chance to struggle or scratch, it could be multiple people at this point. And then finishing with that scene, we can move forward.
So as you go into the entrance of into the plaza, you gain access easily enough with your badges. You're straight in the lobby. there's like a reception area. There's nobody behind the desk, but there is this guy, quite a large guy, heavy set, probably mid 50s, kind of dressed like a security guard. So this is the chap that Becca had mentioned, John Miller.
Yeah.
So he's responsible, like day, night security kind of thing for the plaza. So he's there. He looks quite worried, obviously, quite a little bit agitated. So he kind of nods to you as you approach him, and he like, officers.
Miller. And I say it like as a greeting, but also a question, just to make sure, because I can't. I don't know.
Yes, sir. John Miller.
Is it just you on security, or do you have a team?
It's just me. Just me. I'm night shift.
And you've been here since when?
Started at 8. So we call it's like late night. It's like
Sure.
12, we'll say, in the evening.
You do rounds, or do you just bunker down on this desk?
I do rounds. I know I don't look like I do, but I do put in the miles. I do walk round.
Miller, chill out. I'm just asking questions. You got nothing to worry about.
No, I've got nothing to worry about. I feel sorry for the girl. She's quite a nice girl, really.
What unit?
Well, she was a resident. She was quite pleasant.
And does she have any registered visitors this evening?
No. Well, there's a blonde. She didn't have that many visitors, but I do remember on one occasion, a couple of occasions, she had a female visitor, a blonde. But kind of
visitors not signed in. Is this not something that's tracked?
Oh, she didn't do business here, if that's what you mean. She's a dancer.
No, I mean non-residents, I assume.
The blonde. I have no idea. Here. Oh no.
Okay.
Miss Taylor would have let her in. Or I think it's a while back. I think she came in with her, but she's definitely come twice. I'd seen them here twice. Just, really, yeah. I mean, yeah. She was. Miss Taylor was a decent looking girl, but the blonde was too. I presume
quick side
a
question.
Friend or maybe a. Go on, sorry.
Out of character. Quick side question.
Yeah.
Is just to keep it moving. Is the revelation about two people in a van, like two men in a van, ball caps, general description? Is that something that Lang could like text to me or send me a quick message?
Oh, I presume she's passed it on the data pad. So
sure, okay,
yeah,
sure.
So you've got that now. So anything.
So yeah, as soon as I get pinged, then I'll. All right, Miller. So there's a concern about a couple of men, white men, baseball caps, similar outfits, driving a white van. Did you see any men come into the building and then leave?
No. When we're talking?
It would have been, and I tell him the timestamp that.
Oh, I wasn't near reception then. I was doing doing a round. So, but
okay. Well,
they would have needed a pass to come in, and there's no maintenance planned or anything. You do. Roll a command.
Okay.
If they do require a pass to come in, that means that there's a recording of when the pass is used at a certain gate.
But yeah, I'll roll command.
Nice.
6 and 5.
He's genuinely upset. You think he's being honest about this Miss Taylor being like quite friendly and quite nice.
Sure.
But there's something else. He's worried, or he's holding something back. He's not telling you something. But also, maybe it's linked to the two men coming into the building.
Miller, I know two men came into the building, and if they needed a pass to get in, that means that they were either let in by Miss Taylor, or you let them in. And I'm giving you that information.
I swear, Detective, I didn't let anybody in. You're gonna want to check the check the CTV like inside.
Yes. We're definitely going to need access to that, but you're going to need to tell me everything you know.
Well, whilst I was waiting, I went into the CTV room. I don't usually go in there. That's just left running. I just basically do the patrol and just make sure nothing untoward goes on. But I went back through the tape, and they're dead. There's nothing. They've been wiped. It wasn't me. I swear. You can see when people have accessed doors as well in the CTV room, so you would know when somebody's come in and used the door, gone through a door. It kind of records it all, and he just says it's all gone.
Even the recording of door access is gone.
Yeah, they're like a 10-minute slot. It says you come and have a look. You'll want to check like the landing and outside her apartment, but it's just gone. Somebody's wiped it all.
So I send that information to Lang. Maybe Lang can head into the server room while we go upstairs.
So when you're told this, Lang, this is quite high tech. You could go into the server room physically and do it, but that still wouldn't explain how they've got in through the entrance, because they would need a pass unless they've got like a fake pass or
or it was just hacked.
Oh, hacked, yeah. Or you can remotely hack something as well, and that probably makes more sense because the CTV outside has been put out as well. So maybe they've used some type of electronic device that's just
wiped everything,
like interfered with everything, just wiped it. So that's quite high tech.
Is there any way to like check if it's gone down or if there was like an error or anything to see if it had been hacked?
We can roll another control. We can. This is like to double check, go back like to the authorities, and so this would like narrow it down whether it's been like hacked remotely. So the times are kind of exact. They like tally. So you would think that the people in the van must have had a device that has literally put out the cameras in like a certain radius in this location, and it's just nerfed everything. So it's basically the cameras in the plaza just haven't recorded anything. It's not that they've been like recorded over. They've just.
So because the cameras cut out where the van has drove, can we assume it was in the van? There was something that was cut out.
Yes, maybe some kind of device in the van. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Relay that as well.
So yeah, he's he'll wait in the room for you. So Lang, will say that's what you've done with that control roll. So you've got to met this guy in the control room, and it's definitely had some kind of electronic interference hacking remotely, presumably from the van. So I presume you now go upstairs.
Yeah.
The apartment.
As we're heading up there, I'm going to ask Balash if there was some kind of, if it was a crude like an EMP device, wouldn't that interfere with a lot of people's cybernetics and possible other medical implants as well in the area?
Well, I would have imagined that it would have, but there are two separate things that are happening here. There's obviously the tampering of video evidence, and there are the marks of burn marks on the body, the electrical burn marks. And I'm assuming it is two separate devices or two separate actions that would have caused those, that wouldn't be related one to the other.
Well, yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe you should contact headquarters and see if there was an increase of emergency calls with regards to medical devices failing or cybernetic faults in the time period that the videos were cut, because I'm wondering if it was truly just a shut everything down in an area, or if it was somehow finally manipulating just video evidence and records of doors being accessed. In that case, I think we're dealing with a hacker as opposed to an actual like EMP device of any kind.
Well, yes, certainly if that was the case, then the best way forward would be to see if there was an increased call to internet service providers tech support for, lost internet usages and stuff like that, if anything happened. And I take notes to go ahead and process those avenues of investigation.
I think that would be more a job for like Lang, with like the tech side. I'm going to say, Lang, you suspect it would be somebody that would have to have knowledge of hacking, but you think a device was also used. So it's like a bit of both worlds kind of thing. So, and in regards to like people's cybernetics,
we could have been having that conversation with Lang, even if we're not in the same place. We probably.
Well, I'm going to say she won't take her long to do what she's doing, so she's going to join you in the apartment itself. So, sure. Also, it's supposed to be like 2050. So cybernetics are a thing, but I'm not everybody's walking around with a cybernetic implant in them because they're quite expensive.
Oh, sure.
You're kind of special. You've all got one.
But people
that makes her quite special.
Yeah.
The girl.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
But she's also got one as well. And
it's still fairly expensive for the common person, I would imagine. So yeah. Okay.
I just want to check something.
Prequel
yeah,
to
great
Reaper.
type of thing you'd have to sell your body to afford.
Oh, maybe. I mean, we've done the same thing. We've sold our bodies to the police force, essentially. At least I have.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I think this happened before. I've got a missing note. Bloody hell. So I'm just going to make this up off the top of my head. I can roughly remember it. So,
yeah.
One of the first things you would have done, you've got her name, you've got her address, you'll have done like a background check. So Lang will have done this. This is Billy bog standard. You don't need to make a roll for it. So Lang, you will have brought up this information. So you get a hit on her straight away. So obviously you can go off a photo of her. So you've got physical ID. So she might be referenced somewhere or catalogued. So the background check comes up with that she was born in Texas, average grades in school, and she moved to capital city about 9 months ago. Okay. And within a month, she was arrested for street walking.
Yeah.
Which you'll have had this conversation, but probably doesn't make much sense to you because she's kind of does not look like a street walker. So she was arrested, not charged, and fined, which is quite unusual. It's not illegal. Prostitution isn't illegal in a club or in a building, but the street walking part of it, that is illegal. That's still outlawed. Now this is where it gets interesting. There's no named arresting officer, and she wasn't charged. It's referenced, but she wasn't charged. So this was 8 months ago. So she's registered as self-employed, but doesn't say where she works. And Miller said she didn't work from the apartment.
Right.
So it seems a little bit odd, maybe.
Yeah.
So, and like a background is like a bit random. Texas, coming down to capital city, average grades, and then she's gone into prostitution, and now she's self-employed.
Okay. Is there any record of when she got her eyes done? Did they
There's
record that?
no reference at all. There's no mention of it.
So it probably
That doesn't. You would have access to some other medical records, and no, there's nothing showing.
Okay.
And how that's something that really doesn't make sense. How does somebody that's been street walking and now you presume is doing like prostitution is paid for her eyes, but obviously you don't know what her eyes do, but that doesn't kind of make sense.
2 enhancements, or is that count as one? They're like 10,000, aren't they each?
You can have up to 2 enhancements in one location, so there could be 2 things going on in her head, maybe one. But she definitely, when he does the looking in the eyes, he's noticed there's something that signifies she's had eye alteration.
I'm almost wondering if this is not that she works on our side somehow. And this kind of, she has this record just to make her look a little dirty, to get her to be able to get in with certain gangs or members or something. I mean, she may have been literally working undercover, well, literally and figuratively, of course, but collecting information from a group, and maybe she was found out. So is there a database of sources, resources, of people that kind of, if we put a hit on, it'll say access denied, or, you need further, like I'm not expecting to be able to find the database and get the information.
Capital City is rife with gangland crime. Yeah. You specialize in low-level crime.
I'm sorry. So I'm thinking more that she's either a spy working for the government, like on our side, maybe she's an informant, that the eyes are there to record and pass information on about individuals. So stuff that would be above the level of access that I have. But if I tried to access that name, like that, some alarms would go off somewhere, it would just say higher, authority.
Well, Lang's done that search. It came up straight away. There's nothing. It just doesn't kind of ring true. It was just straight up, very, very basic, generic, and then this arrest out of the blue. You do know that she's orphaned. Both her parents are dead.
All right, I'm still conspiracy thinking this. LD, should we check out the apartment now? Find signs for
I think we should
and stuff.
So you said there was an officer up here. I will inform.
Yeah, he'll just move out of the way. So
and I'll tell him
it's taped off, and you just he'll stand to the side for you to go in.
I'll tell him he can head back down to the street, get the scene cleaned up, get the the body in the coroner's van, and you and Becker and Graves and the other officer down there can get out of here and let the driver loose so he can take care of his car. We have it from here.
You easy access straight in. So into the room itself, it's as the plans kind of show. So that is the window that she's jumped out of. So to jump out of that window, it is open. She's had to either stand on the settee and jump out, or she's stood on that table there, or a table or a cupboard, and jumped out of the window. It's not like just straight to the window and walk out. She's had to physically get up there and jump out.
So I'm going to let my forensics people look at that while I calmly but carefully check each room.
So I
Opening
presume
doors.
I presume you're gloved up when you're doing all this. So
Probably not unless Balash tells me to.
Yeah, I would have gloved them up, have them put the little paper booties on their booties and stuff, and
before you go in.
Exactly.
So, when you stop me from going in and make me put that stuff on, I'm just like,
So what we're doing then? You're going that way. Lang, Balash, you see the windows open. There are straight away. You'll eyeball it as you like come into that like lounge area. It looks like there's alcohol, various tablets and drugs on the table on that table there.
So I'm going to be collecting. I mean, I'm going to go there and deal with that scene. I think that Detective Lang should check the office with the computer and do all of that because she's probably much better.
So before Lang opens that door, I'm just like, remember, careful, doors and corners.
So I'll do the table first because it's like the first thing you see. So you probably all see this before you kind of separate. So on that table. So you've got the lounge window open, and then on the table you see a large glass of vodka. You presume it's vodka because there's a bottle of it next to it, and half the bottle of vodka is missing. But in this big glass of vodka is somebody's data pad, and there's also a SIM card floating around in the bottom of the glass of vodka. And on the table itself, as well as that, there is heavy signs of drug use. You've got various tablets. There's lines of powder. There's a needle and a syringe also on the table. And
so it looks kind of like Schmidt's Flat, basically.
So I'm going to be. I'll take out some, the evidence bags, sample bags. For the pills, I'll be doing a kind of 1 for me, 3 for the bag type of thing.
I was just thinking that.
I knew. It's special for you, Britt, that I'm doing and playing this way because normally I don't. And with regards to glass, I only see a single drinking glass, or do I see multiple drinking glasses?
Just a single glass, and it's not like it's probably like a half pint glass. Not what something you drink vodka from, and it's
I'm gonna remove the data pad and card from it.
It's Russian vodka, and it is good vodka. You do know that.
Okay.
It's not cheap stuff.
Can I also just take a moment for the stream and say that I love how this apartment has a half bath 20 feet away from a full bath.
I was going to say this is a luxurious apartment for one. It's not, you don't usually find that.
That is exactly something else that you can't quite comprehend. How is somebody that was walking the street 8 months ago paying for a flat like this? You're in quite
her place is better than mine. So
yeah. It's in quite a good part of town.
Yeah,
you must be turning over a lot of money to be staying here.
Well, we know it's from a good part of town because taxis are willing to go into that part of town. So obviously,
and pick you up on the bonnet.
I mean, it is for sale now, so
I've actually had to nerf the size of the apartment because it's got like another room and there's only a so.
Is Lang looking up who the realtor for the apartment is? So she can
get a deal.
Put it,
exactly.
So somebody's died in this apartment. Maybe the price can come down.
There is one other thing on the table when you're like picking the tablets up. I presume after you've taken the tablets that you want, are you photographing the evidence as you go?
Of course, and it's going to be, I guess.
So as well as the line of powder.
Mm-hmm.
You do find another powder, ever so slight, and it's cigarette ash. And it's not in an ashtray or anything like that. Just near the table, on the table, and there's a bit on the floor.
All right.
Ever so slight, but and it's just on the table on the floor.
I'm going to ask everybody. Well, I'm just going to shout out: keep eyes out for packages of cigarettes. I want to see if she was a known smoker or not.
Just one other thing. There's nothing that you would think in this room that like the decor is quite generic. It's nice, but there's not like a personal touch. There's no personal possessions, nothing. It's quite. It feels like a show house. Apart from the drugs,
just been put up in this room. Yeah,
safe room or something.
There's nothing personal.
Yeah.
Okay. And this won't be for me to do, but I think it also bears in mind that if what I'm thinking is correct, and if we're the first ones on the scene and not some other, and I'm thinking because I play a lot of Delta Green like conspiracy stuff happening. People should also watch out for anything that might contain hidden cameras in them, in the walls, bookshelves, whatever. Like I would like to know if there are any hidden recording devices here as well.
I mean, I think we know where the hidden recording devices are.
I'm gonna just fast forward this next bit. So, lead detective Schmidt. You check the toilet, the kitchen, nothing of interest. No signs of anything going on untoward in either of those areas.
This is blocked off. That's
just blocked. That's actually another bedroom, but pretend that's not there. It's
just a wall.
Dead space. Yeah,
because
the elevator's coming up.
Nice of an apartment.
So the room that Lang you were going in, there is a computer, but this is like a spare room. It does not look like it's being used. There's like a layer of dust on the table, even on the monitor itself. It doesn't look like anybody's used it recently. I'm going to say you don't need to roll. You switch it on. I'm going to say it's not even password encrypted, and you can see from like the history log, it's just not really being used. Most people, everything's on the data pad.
Yeah.
And the SIM card. So yeah, it's kind of a dead end. The bed doesn't look like it's ever been slept in. It's just a spare room.
Well, with her profession, we don't think she sleeps much, but okay.
Not in that bed.
So I'm presuming
drugs on that table.
Detective Balash, it probably takes you a bit longer to do what you're doing, like you're photographing everything, pocketing some of the drugs. So into the master bedroom.
Is he trying to hide the fact that he's pocketing drugs? Does Schmidt see it?
Well, don't you trust him?
He's throwing them up in the air and catching them.
I don't trust anybody.
Well, he'll be cataloguing it, and you'll be pinging on your data pad all the photos that he's taken. Hey, I'm sure there was another bottle of tablets. This one missing.
Okay.
It's up to you to pull him up if he's nicking. So in the master bedroom, you have, as it is pictured, there's a large wardrobe on your left hand side as you come in. There's like a vanity cabinet there with a mirror against the far wall. Here there's a little side table and then a double bed. The blankets have been like tossed back, pulled back. On the floor over this side here, there is a silk dressing gown that just looks like it's been like thrown on the floor. Do you want to split up? Do you want to pick a location and search it? So there's kind of 3 locations of interest. So there's
I'll go through the wardrobe.
You go through. So Lang, do you want the vanity or the bed? And whatever's left, we'll say Balash gets the raid.
I did the bed.
You did the bed, so Detective Balash will come in and you get the vanity cabinet. So I'm going to start with the lead detective. So the wardrobe itself is I'll find the right bit of information. Right, so the wardrobe is absolutely rammed full of women's clothing, surprisingly.
Sure.
Half of it belonged to what you would think of as a female entertainer, maybe a dancer, could be a call girl, kind of risque, kind of garb, kind of what she was wearing when she jumped or was pushed out of the window. The other half, a little bit more modest, like general wear. So, did you just like looking through the clothing itself? But then beneath, there are loads and loads of shoe boxes. There's even like a rack or a shelf area where there's all shoes, lots of high heel, fancy shoes, all different types of shoes. And then you start going through them. You're looking through some of the shoe boxes, and you open one shoe box, and inside you find 2 vacuum sealed packs of used cash.
Mm.
You reckon there's about 5k in each pack, like a brick, which is quite a lot of money.
Sure.
And it's not in a safe, nothing. It's just in a shoebox. Used notes, definitely used notes. The other 2 detectives are busy doing stuff. You're wearing a nice big trench coat. What do you want to do? Are you photograph it? Are you pocketing it? Do you share it?
I will take a picture of it after I've removed 3 straps from it. 3, bricks, right?
There's 5k in each bundle. It's vacuum packed, so it's.
Oh, I see.
Like 2
and how
wedges.
How many bundles?
2.
Just 2?
2, about 5k in each, you would estimate.
Yeah, I'll take one of the bundles and slip it into my trench coat, and then I'll take a picture of the other one.
Okay.
And upload it to the police database. We've got some cash over here.
What's the skill that you would use for the nearest to like a spot hidden? Would it be control?
Yeah,
like
control.
To notice something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just roll me a control, straight control roll.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
So is there anything else you want to do while you're searching in that cupboard?
So I'm going to. The clothing is not surprising. There's nothing else in there aside from the shoebox with the 2 bundles of cash in it.
Sorry, there's loads of shoe boxes, but one of them had the cash in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else I could do with this. So yeah, I'll just be thorough and go through everything. Not like tearing it apart, just taking a moment to open everything.
No, that's fine. That's cool. So yeah, so you pocketed some money. Good.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
It's a perk of the job. So we'll go with Detective Lang. So the bed, obviously looks like somebody's been sleeping in it, but then the side where someone's been sleeping, the covers are pulled back. Definitely looks like the silk dressing gown has just been like thrown on the floor. It's not been carefully laid out or put away or even folded on the side table. Something that you will notice straight away on the headboard here, where the clothes have been pulled on the side where the clothes have been pulled back. There are scratch marks on the headboard itself, like a pole paint, maybe a painted pole headboard, and the pole has been scratched. So you think that's probably where she was cuffed.
Okay. Is there any sign?
I was thinking something completely different, but yeah, that makes sense.
No, there's no signs of a struggle, but it definitely, you would think. I mean, unless she was into that kind of thing and she's entertained somebody there, that could be a thing. But it just ties in with definite tough marks and somebody restraining her. And there is that she was burnt with a cigarette, and you find cigarette ash on the bed cover. It's also on the especially like near the pillow, near the headboard, down where you presume her leg would be, where she'd had the burn in the fire. It's kind of everywhere in this area. And something that you'd kind of noticed that was lacking in the lounge area, there's something in this room, apart from the clothes in the wardrobe that the lead detective just found. There's like an electronic picture frame at the side of the bed.
Oh.
And you're looking at the actual crime scene itself, and you notice as you're doing this, the picture frame, the pictures keep changing. Like they have them now, don't they?
Yeah.
So I presume you would have a closer look at the pictures. So the majority of them are quite mundane, generic ones. Two that kind of stand out from the rest is this picture here. So put it on here. So just below her picture, like an oldish picture. And then this picture here. So we'll go with that older one first. So obviously, a military man in uniform with, you presume, his wife and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You would probably maybe think he's the daughter.
Oh.
So age, the piece of information that I'd lost had got her age on. So I'm going to say she was 26. So in that picture, she probably looks about 10, maybe. I'm going to say it is her. You can kind of guess it's her. So you did find out that her parents are dead. So
uniform look American. Or...
Oh yeah, he's in you would probably know the military's everywhere. U.S. military. As you can see on his chest, he's highly decorated. Definitely some kind of officer. The wife looks like she's like an air hostess or something. So you from a photo you can use your data pad. You can do facial recognition on the father, on the mother. Because all you know is she's orphaned. You don't know who they were, where they were, apart from Texas. So that's something you could do. Do like a data check. So yeah, obviously means something to her, because all the other photos are maybe like locations. I'm trying to think of locations where she'd go. Maybe like in clubs, or pictures of places she's been within capital city, but like nothing of any major interest. And then the other picture of interest is this blonde woman, and she's sat with her, and they're in some kind of restaurant, and they are kind of in like a seated area, probably before you go for your meal, and they are like really close together, arms around each other. Like really friendly, and it looks like Jessica has taken a selfie, and it's of them both. And this blonde woman looks really happy, smiling at the camera. They both do.
Mention the blonde woman that was mentioned earlier by the security guard?
Yes, I did.
I presume everything's recorded in it. So unless you say you don't want to record it, we'll just take it for as a given that it's the information's passed through you. Yeah, so blonde woman, she looks a little bit older than what Jessica is. Jessica, we said, was 26. This woman's probably like mid 30s, maybe. It's got some really nice jewelry.
It's my ex-wife.
Yeah. So,
Detective Lang, from the look of her roots, it's quite obvious she's not a real blonde.
So,
I'm gonna roll my eyes.
yeah, oh, whatever. So, trying to think. Yeah, so I think that's everything there. Unless
Is there
you want to do a data check, we'll come back and do the data check on the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
so
trying to see if there's any way to identify the restaurant in the image of those two.
It's it's like a really close-in picture. Close-up picture. They're like on like a leather settee, so it's like a selfie. There's nothing really else to take from it. I'm going to say there are lots of other pictures of. It does look like a club of some sort, one that she must frequent quite often. So there probably is a possibility to try and look at that. Maybe if you can, maybe if they advertise online on the internet, the actual club, you might be able to get find out what the club is or where the club is. So that's a possible. So when you do the data roll, we'll combine it all. And then you might get a hit on that location. So it definitely looks like somewhere she frequents a lot. She might even work there, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the dresser with the big mirror. So you find a lot of like jewelry, a bit like oh no, what's the word?
Costume jewelry or
costume jewelry.
Yeah.
The vast majority, it's nice, looks nice. Probably she wears it with her different outfits and stuff. Quite a lot of it, but yeah, nothing of any value. Apart from
I don't know. The Swarovski could, it looks
oh no.
nice.
You know gold when you see it, like real gold. And there's one standout piece, and it's a golden chain, and it has a golden eagle on it, and that eagle is the same eagle that she has on her wrist.
Well,
apart from
the one on her wrist is black.
Oh yeah. Apart from the in the center of the eagle, there is a diamond. This is like high-end jewelry. Really, really nice.
I want to check it also for listening devices, recording devices. And then obviously we have to investigate, what this symbol is deeper, what it belongs to, what group or gang.
It's like definitely like a copy of the tattoo, or the tattoo is a copy of the pendant, either. But no, I would imagine like Lang would also do like a sweep for like any bugs or cameras, but there's nothing like that in this room. That just draws a blank. The pendant itself is just it's a gold chain with a pendant. There's nothing.
Any inscriptions on the back?
No. It's hallmarked, but no, there's no inscription like to or from or anything like that.
Lang, have you ever seen this before? Or LD? Any?
Haven't seen this before.
Like, time to check our database for symbols of groups or gangs or associations or
clubs.
I mean, it could just be have been a gift from her family. You've got a stewardess and a military officer. Eagle wouldn't be strange iconography for them to give to their daughter.
I don't know. So we also have the Russian connection.
Should we have 3 control roles, separate control roles? There's 3 things, isn't there? There's the photo. You can do the facial recognition on the blonde as well.
Do I get my bonus?
That's I think going to be our current biggest lead.
So should we say I just don't want to do one roll and you totally fail? So roll it anyway. So it's going to be your full skill. Oh, that's
talking. Oh, yeah, she's got it for sure.
Yeah. You with those 2 6s, you're fine. So, right. So straight away, something's not right, and this just totally proves it. The facial recognition comes back on the man in uniform, he doesn't bear the same surname as Jessica.
Right.
He comes back as a Colonel James Harris, U.S. Army Delta Force, awarded Star of Valor and 2 Purple Hearts in World War III, fighting in both North Korea and China. Deceased 2040, cancer. Mother, Helen, alive, living in Texas.
Is that Helen Harris as well?
That is Ellen Harris. And then it comes up with daughter, Jennifer Harris, U.S. Army intelligence officer, killed in action 2046, Battle of Moscow.
Well, killed in action, so they say. So, I'll let my forensic people talk. I'm just the assault guy. I'm just in charge. I don't know any of this stuff.
So yeah, that's what you get on that picture. So that's kind of interesting.
So I'll probably show that to the lead detective and say she's not who she says she is. Looks like it's a Jennifer Harris instead of a Jennifer Taylor.
Well, yeah, that's possible, and possibly from the information you've pulled up, my concern is maybe she was, and the not really making any sense background information on Jessica Taylor. She was in a cover, like this was a cover identity for her, and it looks like some Russians found her after whatever job she was doing over there. This might be higher than our pay grade, but we're gonna have to track it down anyway. So, did you get anything on the blonde?
You got like 2 6s, so I know that's not a thing within the rules, but there is something else. So when you're like, obviously you've taken a picture of that image off this frame, and then you just have the idea of it looks like a normal picture frame. So, but obviously it's electronic and it has a back, and you notice there are marks on the back, like somebody's kind of taken the back off this frame. So you'll have like a mini screwdriver set or something. It's like the screws have been maybe slightly scratched, or maybe it's like a black screw that's been painted over, or whatever connects the back to it. So you look, like open it up, and you find a SIM, and it's just been hidden in the back of this frame.
Okay.
A SIM for a data pad. So we'll come back to that. So yeah, you found that stashed in the back of the picture frame. So this woman comes back with a hit straight away.
Mm.
She is called Anastasia Sokolov, aka the Falcon.
I think she's Polish.
I'll give you that.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
she's
the next suspect we've got to investigate.
She is known Russian mafia. She's like a lieutenant or a lieutenant in the Russian mafia. She's been questioned and investigated, but she's never been sent down. She's never done any time. She's quite clever. Doesn't get involved with like the street level crime. Kind of runs things. More of a businesswoman, but definite links to the Russian mafia in capital city. She is based. Covered it up. She's based. Let me find it. I think I've covered it up. Oh, so there is a name of the club that she actually runs, a nightclub for the Russian mafia, and so you have the location where she runs the business from.
Okay.
I do have it written down somewhere, but for some reason I can't see it. So you have her name, you have a location. So that is a strong lead.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to try to set up an interaction with her. Not that she's necessarily a suspect at this point. She's a person of interest.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat convinced that she was in a relationship with Jennifer or Jessica, and she might have people working against her to use her, her paramour, essentially. But that's where Schmidt's at.
Be interesting to find out why she has a tattoo of the falcon. That Anastasia's symbol is.
Do any of you know any Russian? That might be a thing. Are you ex-military? Anybody ex-military?
So Schmidt would be ex-military. He would have gone into the military in high school and then into become an officer after.
Oh, roll a control.
Got a 5.
So, this lady, she's actually called the Falcon. Russian for Falcon is Sokolov. Maybe the tattoo, it's not an eagle. That's Sokolov. Yeah. That is her. It's a falcon. That's her symbol. So Jessica had her
as well.
Had her tattoo on her wrist. She also has her pendant. And they are very friendly in this photo.
Yeah. Well, and the pendant has a diamond on it, which
that's not a cheap present.
Right. Well, and it's a symbolic present in some situations in different forms. So, particularly on a ring, but I guess in the future it doesn't have to be a ring, or if you're trying to hide a relationship, it might not be on a ring, but it could be on a pendant. Yeah, I think we need to go talk to her, to Sokolov. Is there anything else in here we need to look into?
Yeah, there's the, I guess the dresser I'm in front of.
That's it.
Oh, that's it? Just the jewelry and that's it? Okay.
That's it. There's all the...
okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Bland jewelry, apart from that one quality item. There might be some average stuff, but no, this is like a standout item, and obviously you didn't pocket that. You might pocket some of the other the mid stuff if you wish, but
now the only other thing that I'd like to do, and again it's just as part of the investigation, you'll notice that there is a rug, this area rug that is right around where the victim was thrust or fell out of the balcony. How many footprints or impressions do I see, or pairs of footprint impressions do I see in the carpet?
It's like a really plush rug, so you can see everybody's footfall in it. I like that idea.
I'm gonna,
So,
I'm going to investigate that avenue, because this has been something that has been burning in my mind. How many people
apart from all your footprints?
Apart from all our footprints, it's something I would have.
Don't need a control. You reckon two sets of footprints, decent size male. You probably see her lesser ones. And maybe no, maybe so you definitely got two sets of footprints, but there's also what you think are kind of more like maybe drag marks, maybe like 2 feet, maybe being dragged. So the drag marks.
Okay.
Like that, like there.
I would like to roll kind of as I'm investigating these male footprints to determine if the male was also wearing a cap at the time.
Are you going to do the Sherlock Holmes and you'll find out what brand of cigarette?
Exactly.
There appears to be lint from a wool cap on the floor right beside the footprint.
Very good, very good. So you know that she was you presume she was handcuffed in the bedroom. They've obviously tasered her, maybe to get access to the room, but she must have let them in.
Tortured her.
Or they've just got in because they got into the building, haven't they? So they probably accessed the door as well. So tasered her, interrogated her in the bedroom. Then it looks like they've dragged her out across this carpet and then lobbed her out the window, basically.
And obviously the lack of ashtrays in this, indicates they had no choice but to use the body to extinguish the ashtray, the cigarette.
You presume they've pumped her full of drugs. There's no sign of drug use in the bedroom at all. It's all in the lounge area. So you would think they brought that and they made her take it.
Well, I will have known from the samples that I took at the body if she.
Oh yeah, she's definitely the dilated pupils. There will be drugs and alcohol in the system.
Again, she
I think he was talking about his personal sampling of.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to say something else, and I've totally forgotten. Oh, so you have the SIM card in the vodka and the data pad. So,
I would have prior to the rest of the investigation gone to the kitchen, got it in a bowl of rice, and put all those things in the rice.
I think at this point, the only thing left for us to do is to raid Sokolov's club.
Yeah.
Full force, guns blazing. What do you think, team?
Just one thing. I don't need to roll because you rolled that control roll, and we'll just combine it with everything. So the data pad and the SIM card in the vodka is wrecked. There's no getting into that. It's beyond. They've wrecked it. So you gain nothing from that. Could go back to the tech labs. They might be able to get something from it, but it's here and now, so it's no use to you. The encrypted thing, this was high level encryption, which I'm going to say you crack with the 2 successes just to progress the game. So you find out the following. So this is just like kind of maybe speed reading, taking the highlights. So you basically find out that she is indeed some kind of undercover operative. She's currently in the employ of a company called Hellstrom Industries, and you'll be able to find this out. Maybe lead detective knows, with him being ex-military. These guys, they specialize in high-tech military-grade weapons, and she's in the employ of them. She's like maybe a freelancer. It's not a government thing that she's doing. She's not working for the government. She's obviously checked out of the army, gone with the money, gone like private security, private intelligence kind of thing. So she's working. Doesn't look like she's working off her own back, because there is one data pad or telephone number attached to this SIM card, and it's the only one that's being used. And the vast majority of the communication or the calls are outward bound. Now and again, there might be something coming in, but there's no number on the incoming call. So it's literally you presume it's maybe a handler, person that's pulling this.
Happily for me, I'm not the type of person who would never say, I told you so. So I told you so.
So there will be like some sort of mission brief, but basically she is looking, or she's been tasked with looking for some missing weaponry believed to be the hands of the Russian mafia, who are in the process of trading them with the Chinese triads and Red Dragon. You don't quite understand what the Red Dragon means. Actually, no, maybe you do. So there's lots of crime organizations, all different groups. I mean, some of the time the Russians and the Chinese are fighting each other, but it looks like they've come to some kind of agreement. The Chinese want the weapons. The Russians are going to get some high-end tech off the Chinese. And the Chinese are run by somebody called the Red Dragon, but nobody knows who they are. They don't know whether they're male or female. They don't know how old they are, where they're based. Is it like a myth or a legend? It's just like one of them unknown things, but the lieutenants, the people that work for this Red Dragon are extremely scared of them. So yeah, she's working a job for this Hellstrom Industries. Looks like they've lost some weaponry. They want it back. And you have this number on a data pad.
Should we?
Well, we got to put it in the database, see who it goes to. Who does it register to?
Yeah, I don't know that we should just call it, but we should definitely check out who it goes to.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's not a registered number. You can find there's no trace of it.
That's fine. We don't need to register it. We just need to find out which cell phone tower it's in close proximity to at the moment.
Probably something, maybe like don't know how to do it. Maybe like some kind of burner kind of thing. It's not. It's maybe something to do with tech. It's not on the grid. It's a number that you can't find. But it's there. It looks like a genuine number. You could try it, or you could just go and raid the bar.
I don't think we raid it. I think we infiltrate it.
I'm joking about raiding. We should go try and talk to Sokolov. While
we're in the bar, we call it and see who it rings to.
Also, I've not put it in the notes, but basically, you can kind of work out she has been tasked to infiltrate this Russian mafia, the gang. So she's ex-army intelligence. She fought in Russia, so you can presume she's fluent in Russian. So she's infiltrated it. Looks like she's got in with this Anastasia.
I say we go to the club and we approach Anastasia as a person of interest and as a potential. Like, I'm not convinced that Anastasia is necessarily a bad guy in this scenario, although she might be. She may have called, maybe they found out that Jennifer was infiltrating them, and so Anastasia called a hit on her. But either way, like, Anastasia's photo is in her apartment. That's the most natural place for us to go, is to talk to Sokolov and just see what happens, right? See how she responds. We're not going there to raid the place. We're certainly not going there to arrest Sokolov. We just want to talk to her as, hey, we found your picture in this woman's apartment. What can you tell us? That's what I think.
And I mean, not to. I think that myself and Schmidt, we probably, before going there, we would have to change into something more appropriate, where Detective Lang could probably just find something in the wardrobe here to wear.
Oh my God.
I think we're perfectly well dressed.
Not if we're infiltrating the club.
We're not infiltrating. We're going as detectives.
Well,
or at least I am.
Balash, I'm sure you can squeeze into something in this wardrobe.
Yeah, Balash is kind of a small guy.
It
He
will
can
haunt
probably
your
fit
dreams
into some
forever.
of it.
Roll to amuse memory.
I had a really good name for the club, but when I was prepping earlier, I deleted the original map and it had the name of the club. And so I had to reuse the map, but I haven't got the name. That's why the name's missing. But we're going to just say
Check
it's
your recycle
called...
bin.
So gloves.
Oh, oh no, no, it's on Albert, so it won't be a recycle bin.
Oh, I see.
Oh no, you are correct.
Yeah, there is.
It no, because it's a stored picture. It won't be in the recycle
Because
bin. No.
now I'm curious and I will not sleep unless I know the original
I
name.
say a really good name. It's not that good. Actually.
Oh, okay.
It was just off a name generator. Just give me half an hour while I find out. Found it. Oh no, you're pressing the wrong thing. I'm pressing everything. Pressing scenes.
It must be a club that Doris has frequented, and
No.
prior to The Walking Dead.
It's gonna be maps. A little bit of time, but Albert Maps is Cyberstreets. Warehouse. It's not called the warehouse. After all this, I bet I've not even named it.
We call the club.
No, it's not. It's not named in the file. Jesus.
Okay.
Oh.
You've sacked. Anyway, I just went on Google and came up with some really bad ones.
You see, LD, not to circumvent what your orders are with this, but I mean, if we show up plain clothes and just try to get in, we'll be able to get some information. Will the club allow us in? Is it members only? So if we come in dressed in our uniforms or looking like dicks, and by that I mean, police detectives.
Looking like yourself normally, yes.
Then, obviously the reaction will be different and we will not have collected as much information.
It's a really bad name. It's just called the Gold Club.
The Gold Club? All right.
The Gold Club.
Sounds very much James Bond to me.
So as you're going through that, you're going through the data and the encryption, Lang, you'll receive notification. There are lots of more shots of this white van. Then they do get a positive ID on the driver of the van, which comes back to you as this chap. He's a known felon, definite Russian mafia, criminal record as long as your arm, violent assault, probably arrested for having a firearm, done lots of jail time. He is currently out, presumed to be back at his back into his old ways, kind of thing. So a Victor Novikov. So that's his beautiful picture. So yeah, he comes back as the driver of the van. So they get facial recognition. The other chap, there's no nothing comes back on him. He's so no criminal record. Looks a little bit younger. There's probably a better picture of him. Got like blonde hair, fairly young looking. So kind of a bit of a blank. The facial recognition doesn't quite pick him up. You just got, apart from his blonde hair and looking fairly young. It's like more focused on who's driving the vehicle than sat in the passenger seat. So they're able to follow it for quite some distance. Then it goes under an underpass. Like a part of the capital city is a bit like Spaghetti Junction, so they basically lose it, and there's that much traffic, but that registration is lost. It was going on false plates, so it is possible it's come out of that junction somewhere and it's changed its plates in the underpass. Mm. But it is heading towards, the city and the layout of the city. This junction is awfully close or fairly nearby to the Gold Club.
Okay. Looks like we're going to the club.
So they're not. Doesn't look like they've stolen a van. They're actually using their own van. They're just driving around with false plates or plates that change, but kind of a bit blatant, really. They're thinking they're just going to get away with it. So you're going to go to the club. We will go to the club. So I'm going to take the car over there. I presume the lead detective is still driving.
Correct.
Yeah.
However, while we're driving, do our vehicles have any kind of like smart, controls, or do I have to have hands on the wheel the whole time?
Oh, I think we can have them being self-drive. It is 2050.
Right.
They didn't outlaw them.
Right. So
after Skynet was switched off, they were fine. They were okay.
Okay. So couple things. First of all, before we leave the apartment, I tell my trustworthy companions, make sure you put everything roughly back where it needs to be so that the full forensics team can come in and collect all the evidence that you haven't already collected, Balash. And let's
What?
get that
Do you think I
call
left
out
something behind?
No. I'm just saying, obviously we're just the advanced team. There's going to be a cleaner and a full suite team that comes in after us. It's not just us. And then once we get in the car, once our route is set and, we get out onto the parts of the roads that are self-driving, I'm going to turn a bit to face them, and I'm going to pull the bundle out of my coat and flip open a little knife that I've got and cut it open. And roughly, not exactly, because I'm not going to take time to count it, but roughly kind of separate it into 3 stacks of cash. And I'm going to hold out a stack towards Balash.
No. No, thank you. I'm not sure where this is from.
Take your cut.
Bonus.
No, LD, thank you for taking care of the team, but no.
Okay. And then I without, I'm not going to force you to, I turn towards Lang. Lang?
I will accept it and say, I'll take his.
I will actually take one of the thirds and break that in half and give you that half as well. I'm going to be fair and split it roughly half between the two of us if Balash isn't going to take his
five. 5 is easier to split 2 ways than 3, isn't it?
It sure is.
It's an easier split.
Yeah.
Well, of all the characters, I thought Balash would have been the one that would have taken the money.
You would have, huh?
You don't need it. You've got the drugs.
Well, I don't want anybody to suspect me of anything. I want them to have it imprinted in their mind that I am clean as a whistle.
There was a fair amount of drugs, but nothing in comparison to this wad of cash, what they've just been sharing in the car.
Fair enough.
Well, and to be fair, I didn't say anything. You don't know where the cash came from.
I know. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just... Again, it's the impression I'm trying to make.
You can believe whatever you like about Schmidt. Schmidt takes care of his team.
You are you just the 3 of you? You're not. Are you calling backup? Do you want backup on quick response? Do you want?
So I don't think we need backup going in, but I think having backup. I think having backup on quick response is probably a smart idea. Although I'm not fond of Becker, I know that Becker likes to get into the shit. So I am going to contact Becker and say, Becker, I need you to put a team together for a possible quick response.
So they know the location you're going to, so they maybe they'll park up a few streets away, so they are ready to roll if you need to call them in. So it'll be probably 2 cars with 4 uniformed officers, 2 of them being Becker and.
And before I hang up with him, I say, Becker, make sure
Great.
you get shooters.
Oh yeah, sure. And the uniformed do have like body armor on, so they are kind of equipped for a firefight.
Make sure you enunciate that well. With Becker, he might have heard Hooters.
You're going to strip off. So, I presume none of your characters have been to this location before, but you may have heard of it. So, it's kind of more on the outskirts of the city, and in a bit more of a deprived area, rundown area. So as you're going across, this is like the main road that runs across the front of it. What do you want to do? Do you want to do like a drive-by just to scout it out, or do you just want to pull straight up and walk in? So we're talking
do we have any?
Maybe like 2:00 in the morning? So it should actually be should be.
Packed. They're open, right?
It should be open.
Yeah.
Well, are you doing a drive-by?
I think that's a good idea. As Angie kind of mentioned in the chat, if any of my alternate character egos sees anybody that looks like Boris, I'm not going to go in this time.
No, I actually wanted to ask, I don't know if this is like additional gear we would have to have, or if this is something that maybe detective vehicles have. Do we have like a small drone or anything that Lang could send in or send around the building at least, so that we don't have to be so conspicuous as to just drive by?
Oh no, there are other cars driving by.
Okay.
So no, you don't stick out. Your car's not like a souped-up supercar. It's just like
it's
like you're playing clothes, aren't you? So unless you put your lights on, put the light on the top or on the dash or on the headlights or whatever. No, but nobody would know that you're caught.
Like you'd know if you saw inside, but from the outside, it's just a sedan.
You've probably got tinted windows. So
right.
You're just driving along the road. You wouldn't stick out. So I presume you do a drive-by just to chase it out.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I drive by. I don't know if it has like other entrances or anything like that.
Well, this is what I'm just going to say. So you do see there's like a side alleyway that runs down the side of the building. So there's probably some kind of maybe a warehouse or retail unit on either side of the building. Mm-hmm. Well, say on this side there is. So there's a building there. On this side, well, maybe it's just like an open air, like a vacant lot or something, or maybe extra parking for like the clientele. But the first thing you will notice, there are 2 cars parked outside, not in the customer car parking. They're literally parked on the pavement outside the place. These look kind of like your car, kind of run of the mill cars. They're not like old bangers. They're kind of standard, just like your car. So they're both parked up outside, and you see 2 men stood outside the entrance. So I'll just pop them on.
We should probably take the plates off of the cars in the driveway as we go by, and see if we can find out if we have names attached to them, just so we know who we're dealing with.
I would presume you have like a dash cam maybe, so you can just drive by and you'll be able to pick them up. So you could you can run the plates on those 2. There is a 3rd car, which is that is a high end sports car that is worth
the black
big bucks. So I presume you can do the same with that.
So a Hyundai.
Did anybody? I can't remember what were your cybernetics.
Well, I mean, I was wondering, while you're on the topic of cybernetics, would we have anything in the car, assigned to us that would be the equivalent of a digital Babel fish? I have a hankering to be able to understand Russian now.
I mean, our data pads could probably do it.
Translate, yeah. I mean, it's things like that now, isn't there? So
yeah,
you'd be able to.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, you
it
can do
wouldn't be
that.
perfect and it wouldn't be as fluid as speech, but I think in 2050 it would probably be doable.
I'm going to say so. The registrations, the black one is actually registered to this Anastasia.
Okay.
It's her car, legal car, high-end sports car, hers, registered. The other two cars, they are legal, and they are registered. Owners belong or live in Chinatown, and one of them flags as being a member of the Chinese triad.
Oh, okay. So
And
possible meet.
the two guys that stood outside, one is definitely Chinese. The other guy, first you think it's your guy. It's Victor. It's Victor, like a shaved head, bald head.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It looks like him. But it's
Very
not.
similar, but not necessarily. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Victor will probably be inside if anything. I think backup would be good to have for now. If they're doing a negotiation, you know, I'm envisioning, you know, little boards that cut fingers off and stuff like that. So we don't want to get involved with anything like that. It's time to bring in the big guns. No.
We are the big guns. Like, calm down. We're just going into chat.
So I'm just. It's
I
quite,
don't think they'll take kindly to it being interrupted.
You're
for
a
chat
detective.
in the middle of it.
You're a detective. Calm down. Man up. Lang, let's go. So I find a place to park.
So do you want to park up here? Do you want to park further down? You know there's an alleyway that runs down the side there.
Good.
Otherwise, the front doors are there, like double doors.
Yeah, so I'm gonna park a ways down the street, like over here, probably somewhere.
Yep.
In an appropriate place so we can walk up.
Yep. So that's you coming on the map. So
are you taking your assault rifle with you?
No.
Okay.
Why would I? We're just going to talk.
you don't take an assault rifle to talk to somebody.
No.
We're talking about Russian mafia and triad?
Suspected, suspecting a murder.
I just think that if they're here, they probably don't want to be interrupted.
Well, that's too bad. That's what we do as police. We interrupt people. Let's go.
Well, should we at least get a warrant?
A warrant for what? To talk to somebody?
Well, yeah. So what if they say, no, you can't come in?
I think the setting, you are kind of like a little bit like judge and jury as well.
Yeah.
All right, Judge Dredd, let's go then. I'm all for this. I like this plan.
You are literally like Judge Dredd, apart from you don't have the armor.
Don't get too big in your britches. You're still just the doctor, but still.
You don't have the armor. You don't have the weapons. But apart from that, you are like
just the doctor. We'll see when you need me. I'm just going to call me just the doctor.
So
as
from
we
there,
walk up,
you can see them.
Hang on, Jake.
I'm just going beside the recycling bin to see if I can hear anything.
They kind of they're not actually stood like next to each other together. The Russians smoking, the Chinese guys just kind of stood there and they're just like watching the road or the street. So they're not really paying attention to you coming down the side. Plus, it's like lit at the front. It's not so lit down the alleyway. And
but the alleyway is where the main entrance is, right?
No, the main entrance is here.
This is the main entrance.
So the thing
we're just coming to the club.
The first thing that you would have actually seen is the club is not open. It's not lit up. There's no flashing lights. So it looks like it's closed. And it is prime time for it to be open. But like you've kind of guessed, there's a meeting going on. So the club isn't open.
Okay, so in that case, knowing that the club is not open, instead of walking up to the entrance, I am just going to casually walk down the alley and hope that they follow.
Well, seeing as you're moving my character, I'm following.
Sorry.
That's okay. He was the one you originally had. I know I understand the confusion.
You're not hiding. You're not sneaking. You're just walking down the alleyway.
Yeah.
Hey, you! What are you doing?
Oh,
You're You're not allowed down there.
I'm gonna walk up to them if that's the case, and I'm purposefully going to bump into his frame aggressively.
He's rather large.
He is rather large,
you have your
but I
thing
have a
going.
power frame. I want him to feel the brunt of that frame when I go into him, and I'm gonna say, "CPD business. We go where we want."
Oh my god.
So he comes at you quite aggressively. Obviously, you're kind of going like towards him, so he's really taken aback as he like bangs into you and kind of.
There's only one way to treat a bully.
And you would presume he would probably like get into a scrap with you, but you've said that you're like police. And you go, hey, you what do you want? You're not allowed down there. What do you want, man?
What's down there that we're not allowed? It's an alley.
It's private. It's private property.
Not private property. It's our alley.
Alleys are private property.
It's part of the property.
All right. Well, now you know who I am.
What do you want? So the Chinese bloke, he doesn't come down the stairs. He's like stood at the top of the stairs, just watching. He's got a lovely red blazer on. Black slacks, black shirt, but a red blazer.
I'm gonna shout out to him. Nice coat there.
He doesn't say anything. He just dead eyeballs you, dead stares you.
All right. Hey, listen, we need to have a conversation with your boss.
She busy.
Anastasia's not busy for me.
So while they're, because I haven't come out from the alley yet.
100%.
You just you carry on your way.
You exactly.
Yeah, I kept walking as Jake went back.
Okay.
So
what is Lang? Are you following lead detective?
I probably would have come back out just in case Balash gets into trouble. I'm going to be ready to shoot if need be.
I think it's the skinhead that's going to get into trouble. Right. So as you go down the alleyway, there's a white transit van parked at the end.
Right. And also I am, once I get into the alley, I'm switching on my infrared cybernetics
Yeah, so
to sweep through the building to see where people are.
There's literally the lights are off down this back alleyway. It's not even lit up. So as you get to the van, there's like a loading bay area, warehouse area. So there's
Well, I wouldn't be able to necessarily see all the detail. I would be able to see.
You can sense heat sources. Yeah. So
heat sources.
I'm gonna. It's hard to do, isn't it, without you seeing, because I'll just speed it up. So yeah, I'm gonna say if you move into like the warehouse part properly, they're the doors that lead into the back. They're not locked. They're not lock them, so you can just open them up. So using your infrared vision, you pick up the following heat signatures. So you can see the tokens. So you have 8 people present inside the building. So I don't know where are you
So
going in?
No, I'm going to start walking back. As I do, I'm going to pull up my phone and I'm going to call the number that we found.
So it rings.
We're not
it rings, and then it just it rings out. Nobody answers.
Nobody answers. No message. Nothing.
No. So
Okay.
it's definitely a number. It rings. So are you heading back towards the others?
I am. So I'm going to get to about here and hang at the corner and see what's happening.
The phone starts ringing. Someone's calling you back.
I pick up.
It'll be it's the number.
Mhm.
You pick up.
Yeah, I do.
There's somebody. It's definitely connected. You think there's some kind of sounds like music in the background, kind of faint, and you think it's like Oriental music, Chinese, Japanese music in the background.
Hello?
Who's this? It's American accent. It's just, who's this?
My name's John. I got this number from a friend.
Just silence. What do you want, John?
Well, my friend's in a bit of trouble, and I'm looking to help her out.
Your friend?
Yeah.
My friend? What kind of trouble?
The permanent kind, unfortunately.
Shit.
Tell me more.
I got a body on my hands. This number is connected to it.
Who are you, John?
Who are you?
Just need to know. You don't need to know.
Well, I do need to know. Otherwise, I'm going to start pulling threads that maybe shouldn't be pulled.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
I don't know if I have a choice.
So you're telling me our friend's dead?
I'm surprised you didn't know already.
No, I'm a little out of the loop.
So yeah, our friend is dead, and their mission may be compromised. Well, their mission is compromised. They're dead.
So I'm presuming how do you know she's dead?
I saw her body.
Are you law enforcement?
I'm in a position to gain access to bodies, sure.
So what do you know then, John?
Well, I know our friend was cozying up to a blonde of the Russian persuasion.
Yeah.
And right now, I know that that blonde is having a meeting with a whole bunch of people from Chinatown.
Right now.
Right now.
So what are you going to do, John?
I don't know. What should I do if I had some law enforcement powers?
Well, I could offer you a big payday.
Ooh.
You know what we're doing, don't you, John?
I have an idea. My question is, who are you working for? I'm guessing not the company.
Oh, it's all for the company.
Really? Well,
You
what
get
would
a
the payday
payday.
be for?
You get a payday. I get a payday. You
What
need
would the payday be
to.
for? Elimination or arrest?
We need the location. We need to know the location of the product. That's what our friend was looking for. I
How
presume.
big is the product?
Oh, it's big, John. It's big. They're talking lots and lots of dollars. And you if you are law enforcement, you don't want those weapons on the street. We don't want those weapons on the street. So you do what you've got to do, but you find me that location, and you'll come out of this cash rich.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. And I hang up and I start walking back.
Okay.
So I know. So here's what I would like to do. I know that they're all in kind of the main area. I know there's no people in the warehouse area. While you have Balash and Lang kind of running interference with them, what I'd like to do is I'd like to get into the building and look for these weapons in the back rooms. I don't know if they're here. I will also check the back of the van. So that's what I'm going to try to be doing while they're running interference. You can hop over them if you want.
Check the van first.
Yeah.
So, just like quickly in the van, you will find there's probably some kind of hardcore data pad, maybe a laptop that was used for hacking, and maybe like some kind of fitted electronic disturbance device that was used. So that's obviously evidence, right, for you there. Yeah. Definitely the same van matches.
So if it's portable, I'll grab that.
So,
I mean, my trench coat obviously has some deep pockets for the things that I need to grab on occasion.
Yeah, it's not massive. It's probably just like a fairly large notepad kind of thing. So sure. You've got that. So this is kind of out of whack with time, but just rummaging around, like looking through the back of the warehouse, there's nothing here. That's like, it's no weapon grade material. It's basically barrels of alcohol, bottles, that kind of thing. It's just like your general stuff that you would have in a club. So these are all doors. I'm not quite sure on the map. So that's a door. Sorry, door going downstairs into a cellar. So that'll just have more general storage in it.
Are they open? They're easy for me to access.
Yeah, none of it's locked, which is kind of odd. Even if it was locked, you would just probably be able to.
If you find a box of those little cocktail umbrellas, I really like those.
So this is like maybe like a social area for like some of the staff. Maybe where the security rests out. There's like a spare bed. Nothing in here. There's definitely nothing stashed in the end room. I'm going to say that is locked. I mean, you've got these digital locks, but what about the good old-fashioned key kind of lock? But we'll say it is a digital lock, and you are able to open it. So the very end room is an office, and very kind of very business-like, a lot tidier than everything what you've seen. I know it's like a warehouse and a staff room, but yeah, this is kind of nice as an office. So are you doing a quick look round?
So here's what I want to do. While I was moving through the rooms, I would have sent both of them a message. Obviously, Lang is probably the one who's not currently engaged, who'd be able to check. And I would have said something along the lines of stall them as much as you can, right? Once I get to the back room, is there a computer or tablet or anything that I could potentially link to?
There is. I'm going to say you find... There's
I'm looking for anything... Sorry,
there's a terminal. There's like a computer on the desk.
Yeah.
So,
I'm looking for anything that might have information on where the shipment is. So if there's a terminal, I'm going to link the terminal to my datapad and contact Lang and say, can you hack this from my datapad?
It's basically
access.
It's switched on, so there's no encryption as such. So you just look through the files.
I'm going to do that, but with
there's
the
nothing,
possibility of maybe having Lang. Yeah.
There's no location of a weapon storage facility. It's not just on this laptop, but you do find the notebook diary section, which is kind of quite interesting.
Okay.
And it's basically it's like Anastasia's diary, and just from skimming it, reading it, she's basically head over heels, or she was head over heels in love. With Jessica, so it's all really lovely. They've spent months together.
And then to the end, is there any indication that she found out that Jennifer was playing her?
Yes, she absolutely, she's devastated that she's been played and lied to. So like the last entry was yesterday.
Okay.
And she basically says Victor. She says she calls him the dog in brackets. So she looks like she dislikes this Victor character. The dog has informed me, has basically informed her that Jessica is a rat. She's not who she says she is. He has it on good authority from somebody in the Chinese triad that she's an agent. And you've compromised our group, the Russian mafia, for getting into bed with her. She's using you, so you need to get rid. You need to send her away. Get rid of her. That's it. You've got to end it, basically. So it's quite emotional what she's written. Totally devastated, but. As it's written, she's confronted her. Jessica basically told her, "It's not a lie. I do love you, but I am an agent. But I do have feelings for you." But obviously, Anastasia doesn't believe that, and has just basically told her to leave, to go away.
So, according to the diary, it doesn't indicate that Anastasia called a hit on her.
No.
Okay. So I'm not going to take the diary. I will head back out. The whole time I've been glancing over my shoulder with my infrared to make sure nobody's coming.
They've not moved. The people in the area of the club have not moved. So we'll go back outside.
Yep.
So this guy, you've said you want to go see. Anastasia. So she's
yeah, but I think that if I notice, number one, because I'm standing in front of the window there, if I notice that LD walked in, or if the lights went on, or if I see the red flash of his infrared eyes there, and again, I'm not watching my phone, obviously, because I'm interacting with this guy, then I would kind of, to keep him from being able to notice anybody in the window, I'll be pushing forward, and I'm going to egg him on, and I'm going to go, yeah, you look like, Novikov's illegitimate son. Why do you all have balding hair? Do you shave like that on purpose or what? And I told you what I want already, and if you're not going to give it to me, I'm just going to go find her myself. Boom. And to this guy, I'm going to say, domo arigato, and move forward as well.
The Chinese... The big
Chinese guy with Japanese, harsh.
Oh, sorry. That's the
Japanese
person,
Chinese,
not the character. The player being ignorant, not.
Oh, I thought you did it on purpose. Because that's funny.
The only Japanese member of the Chinese triad. So the Yakuza or Yakuza aren't here tonight.
Okay.
So he backs off because he obviously knows you've got something funky going on. He's like a heavyset guy. You not so, but you've kind of like barged your way through. He knows you're police. I presume you've flashed your badge. Are you following?
I have not yet, unless he asked me to, because I have very high command, and that's the way I swagger.
The Chinese guy tries to get in. He like puts his hand on the door so you can't open it. Did you roll?
I'll flash him the badge now.
We'll roll a command, so it's your command roll, and then you get +1. I mean, they're not stupid. They're not going to like
of course
shoot you or anything. But they might try and get in your way.
But I am going to push his arm out of the way. Like, I'm purposefully antagonizing, and I'm doing a poor job of command at the same time.
So yeah, he's got hand on door. You not go in. So you grab his hand, and what you do, just twist him out of the way?
I'm going to twist the arm as if I'm getting ready to put cuffs on, and I will. I'll take out cuffs with my other hand, not my gun. Cuffs. And I'm going to go. I am going in.
He's like, what do you want to do, Lang? So the Russian guy is kind of edging away, and you'll see him, and he looks like he's like maybe reaching for a gun inside his jacket.
Can I grab his neck and shock him?
Yes, you can. So his focus is on Detective Balash. So you will roll your assault.
Okay.
I think it's normally opposed, but he's not really looking at you. So you just need a success, and you'll just like shock him. Probably. What do you do? Like touch his neck or his side of his head or something? Yeah. So just roll. You need a success. Nice. So yeah, he's definitely. It looks like he's reaching for something. You would maybe presume a gun. So you just reach out. He doesn't see it coming, and you just shock his ass, and he collapses and then rolls down the stairs like a big sack of potatoes.
Nice.
Don't really need to roll damage. It will just say stunned. Is unconscious from getting that on the back of the neck. So the
looks like he was rushing to get down those stairs.
Wow.
So shocking Chinese guy.
Shocking.
So he tries to resist, but I'm just going to say you are so much stronger than him with the cybernetics. What you've got, so you basically overpower him, handcuff him, and then Lang's up at your side. So he basically gives up. Do you search him? Do like a quick check, or are you just cuffing him? Are you bringing him with you, or are you cuffing him to some railings outside? So we'll say these are railings at the side if you want to cuff him outside. The door's in over here, so
We could disarm him and cuff him.
Are you there, Jake?
Yeah, I'm here.
So are you cuffing him to the railing?
Oh, no. It was, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Lang. I am.
Do you want to cuff the Russian guy as well? You shocked him.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You'll probably both have like a couple of pairs of cuffs. I would.
It's going to be riot cuffs more than anything else. The tie wraps and stuff.
Yeah, tie wrap. Yeah. So the Russian guy indeed was reaching for a pistol, a holstered pistol.
Really? Wow.
I'll probably take it and cuff him.
So take that, cuff him. You just probably tie him to the railings at the bottom. So the Chinese man, are you cuffing him to the railings? Or
I'll just me so sorry.
So he obviously protests, but you just basically leave him there.
And would this be a good time to take a break for the evening before we get to part 2?
Yes.
All right.
Probably.
So please, guys, stick around. We shall be back in just a few minutes because I'm very excited to see what's going to happen very soon. So hang on, and we will be back in about 5.
So, 2 people handcuffed outside. You're making your way back into the
I'm making my way
area,
out.
and you're coming out of the club. So as you come, so there's a door there that leads into the club. So instead of going all bit way back round, you could just go through that door there.
You know what? I think I will. So I send them a message.
And there's another door there as well. There's 2 doors.
I send them a message because I can see where they are. And I'm like, if you've got the front in hand, the suspects are inside. We are going to, or at least the one suspect is inside. We're going to enter calmly and take the person in for questioning with regards to the murder of, and I make this clear to them, of Jessica Taylor. We are going to arrest them. We are going to not pull our weapons unless anyone pulls weapons on us, but I will enter from the side. I let them know so that they aren't surprised.
LD, what happens when you cuff a Russian and a Chinaman together? Oh, it's not the beginning of a joke. I really want to know.
I don't know.
And then we enter bar.
I guess we'll find out.
So I wait for them to make it into the main area.
Yeah, so just move
So
your
I have to
tokens.
come around the corner.
Smith, there's definitely no movement, so you can let the other two know. So you get to there. From that corner, you have visual. So you have a white guy with blonde hair sat there. Blonde hair. That's one of the suspects, maybe. Blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And a Chinese guy dressed like the other guy outside. Black shirt, black slacks, this silly red blazer.
I want to try to listen to see if I can hear conversation or what it is. Or
they're just sat there. The Chinese man is just like staring off. They're not even looking at each other, not talking to each other. The Russian guy, he's drinking. Looks like he's drinking maybe a shot of vodka or something like that. But the Chinese guy's just sat there. No.
all right.
So seeing they're in position, I'm going to walk in now from the stage door.
Yeah, and I'll walk in from here.
As I step onto stage, I'm going to yell, Victor Novikov, come down here. Need to have a chat.
So you open the door. So I presume you can get off the stage there because
I'm just going to hop down.
So you've got stairs going up. So they're kind of on like a raised balcony platform. So
Yeah, you had a ladder going up.
Yeah, so you've got the ladder there.
Well, I could have, yeah.
But
Well, I'll stand here for the moment then.
All right, so you shout that out. So from where you are, you probably don't see him at first, but you know he's there because of your infrared vision. So you see the attractive blonde lady, which is Anastasia, sat there. Across from her is a Chinese woman who looks like this. She's probably of a similar age, mid-30s. Got one of these red blazers on, but it's a lot more fashionable and it looks a lot better on her than it does on them. And then, so stood behind her is another Chinese guy, red jacket like the others. So maybe her bodyguard, you would presume, how he stood close by. And you shout that out. So everybody turns, looks across, and then you see Victor come to this end of the balcony to actually get a visual on it. Looks at you.
I'm going to say, Novikov, your illegitimate son outside cries like a baby.
Did you shout police? Sorry, I forgot.
No, we did not.
No. So you're not. So as you two pile in from that side, they jump out of the seats. The Chinese guy rushes forwards, kind of rushes forwards. Maybe he's trying to block the stairs. The Russian guy goes in the opposite direction, and kind of backs away.
So I say, everybody calm down. CCPD.
What? You mean Chinese?
Capital City Police.
Oh, I'm sorry.
City.
CCPD.
So Anastasia she kind of stands up. What is the meaning of this?
Anastasia, I apologize, but your men, Victor, and I think that blonde gentleman over there, need to come with us.
She turns around. Victor, what is the meaning of this? What have you done?
They're suspects in the murder of Jessica Taylor.
Definitely not Doris.
She kind of she's going to say something. You say that, and it just stops her dead in her tracks. And she's stood next to the table, and she kind of steadies herself with her arm on the table. And then she turns and she runs for Victor, and she's screams, and she trying to go for his face, scratch his face. You pig! What have you done? And attacking him. So This guy, I don't think they've anywhere to run, have they?
No.
Um,
There's not even any windows over there.
I'd say there's nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide.
There's a storage area there, the dead end, or some toilets. Go and hide in the toilet.
Right.
So yeah, he probably doesn't run up the stairs. He's just kind of stood there, a little, maybe a little bit gormless. He looks a bit geeky. He doesn't look like the other two Russians, which are like skinheads.
Tech guy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, Novikov? Throw her off the balcony?
So the Chinese
I'm serious.
guy.
I say it very seriously.
He's just like in the way. This Chinese guy, he will come to this Chinese lady's side. She will actually like get up out of a seat. He moves into like a protection mode, and then sat here are two young Chinese girls, very like skimpily dressed, and
they're the worst. They're the worst fighters of the bunch. We're not going to deal with them at all.
With everything that's going on and people shouting, they're kind of out of place, but they're laughing and giggling, like sat on a settee.
Yeah.
Just seems really odd. So like Victor, he grabs hold of Anastasia's hands, like she's literally trying to scratch his eyes out. So, what do you want to do? You can move where you want to move. There's no.
I'm moving forward for
nobody's
sure.
Going to stop you.
So I start heading for this ladder, and I'm like, other parties. I assume Chinese. I don't know who you are. You are not of interest to us at this time. My only concern right now is the blonde gentleman and Victor.
So you say that, but just before that, you're trying to make your way past this. So you've gone to mini-me.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm crouching. I'm crouching because I'm going to pounce on Blondie.
You've taken some of them drugs, haven't you? And
Thank you. Yeah.
Why am I so small?
Me.
He basically goes into like a martial arts stance. He's not going to let you pass. And then, Schmidt, you shout out that thing, and then the woman here says something in Chinese, like shouts it out to the guy that's going, whoa, getting ready to have a kung fu fight with you. Shouts something to him in Chinese, and he just stops.
Ooh, does Lang know Chinese?
Stands to
or is
attention.
Lang Japanese?
Okay.
No, you're Chinese, aren't you, Lang? Oh,
well, if he's standing down, then I'm going to kick him in the nuts.
Oh.
Do you want me to be Chinese for convenience sake?
And I'm going to go.
Might you know Chinese? Chinese is probably like the main language.
Right. I'll go to him like this, like, thank you. And
it watches, like turns as you go past and just watches you, but he makes no move.
Yeah.
Just stands there. She's you would imagine she's basically just like stand down. So
I start climbing up the ladder, making it clear that I do not have a gun in my hands.
He basically throws Anastasia back onto the chair, and he just goes, "You stupid bitch! It's all your fault. I'm protecting you. It's you have brought this." And it turns to you. Roll a command, Schmidt.
So as I'm about to apprehend him, I do pull out my badge. Can I get my bonus for my badge?
Yes, you can.
You need to get down on your knees now.
It's thinking about it.
I failed.
Not you, Anastasia. He's talking to Victor.
It definitely like thinks about it for a few minutes. So you pulled your badge, and he goes, "Oh, fuck you, pig!" And it goes to reach for, you presume, a weapon.
When he does that, do we smell cigarette smoke on his breath?
I imagine there is probably the smell of cigarettes. He's not smoking at the moment.
I keep my badge on a bit of a lanyard or cord or something, appropriately like futuristic and cyberpunky, so that when I drop it, it doesn't drop to the floor. It drops under my coat.
Yeah, your first badge you dropped to the floor. The second one you realized already to put the lanyard on.
No. So as I drop my badge, I'm going to try and outdraw him and pull my gun on him.
Okay. We'll have a roll off. So, it's kind of, I can't remember. And is it just like a D6, isn't it? Like initiative, ice dice?
I believe so.
We'll make his own rules up.
Yeah, make your own rules. Do a D6.
Unless you've got like a special skill, I think you can like nerf surprise attacks and things like that. But
I do not have a special skill, so
no. So it's
Don't
quite
sell
a big
yourself
guy.
short.
So
You're very special.
he's not overly fast. So yeah, I'd say you've got like an even Stevens chance. So he's drawing for the gun. Whether he's going to use it on you, that's like another matter. So
right,
yeah,
sure.
Both roll a D6. Ice dice.
My whole point of wanting to pull before him is to tell him not to pull.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely committed to pulling.
All right. Well, I got a 3.
She's got a 1.
I beat him.
Nice. Yes.
So
Keep it down.
by the time he's drawn it, yours is out, and you've got him like marked.
And my free hand is like up and empty towards the woman on my left and Anastasia. And I'm just keeping the gun steady on Victor. I am not here for anyone else.
So as that's happening, Balash, what are you doing? Did you say you were cuffing him, or you just?
No, I'm up to him, and I'm gonna say to him like this.
And Lang, what are you?
I'm gonna say to him, and I don't want Lang to hear this right away, so I'm gonna say, I have friends on the other side. Come with me now. Turn informant, and you'll get out of this clean. And I'm gonna cuff him if he allows, but that's what I'm telling him.
He doesn't say anything back, doesn't respond, but he's definitely, you get the impression he's taken that on board. He doesn't say anything. So
Yeah,
that was
I
like
cuff him, search him, take his weapon off of him, his wallet, and see what kind of recreational pharmaceuticals he has secreted away in one of his pockets.
You basically.
Most importantly,
I didn't do it.
Just keep
he's
quiet. I'll tell you when to talk.
Searching. There's no gun on him. There's no drugs. He'll have his data pad on him, but he's not armed.
Okay.
Definitely like the geek tech guy. So Lang, you see that happening. You know there's an altercation going on upstairs. This guy is just stood back. He's just doing nothing. He's not interjecting. So Lang, what do you want to do?
I was gonna see if there's any runners, but as you've got that guy under control, I'm probably gonna head up the stairs to help with Schmidt.
Okay, so while this is all going on, I'm going to say you're in the room. I'm going to say that door is actually open, so you can get there. You can see, obviously, you can see Schmidt and the two Chinese, Anastasia and Victor. So you can see Victor. Do you want to draw your gun?
I will draw it. I won't shoot.
He's not looking in your direction, so he doesn't know you're there. So are you giving a warning, or are you just marking him?
I'll just mark him, because if he turns around and tries to bolt.
You see him go for his gun. So we'll say that happens like roughly at the same time. So he's gone for his gun. What do you want to do? You are within your rights, really. You should probably give him a warning, but he might be. He could endanger the people around. He definitely could endanger your fellow officer. So I don't know. It's up to you. Or do you just want to mark him?
You could shoot and give the warning later. We'll reverse the order. It's fine.
We know how Balash works.
I was going to shoot his leg, but he's still armed himself, so I'll probably just mark him for now.
Just mark him. So you probably have like a laser sight or something on your gun, so you red mark him. So you have this standoff. You've definitely got your gun drawn. He's it's out, but it's not pointing at you. you just see in those few seconds, he's thinking over his next move, whether to obey or whether to fucking try and shoot you, even though you've got the gun on him.
So
Roll me-
while he's doing that, do I have a second to say something?
Yes, I was going to say, yeah, and then do a command. It's on the. We'll go with the command. But yeah,
Okay.
What do you want to say?
I say anyone who assists us in apprehending this man will have done a favor for the CCPD, and it will not be forgotten. And I'm looking kind of at this guy on my left because he clearly looks like a capable bodyguard.
You hear the woman speaking again in Chinese. You presume to the man that
Sure.
you're looking at. So roll. So you're not saying anything to Victor again, are you?
I mean, I've already told him to put the gun down, right? I said that as soon as I drew. I said, keep it down. I'm not doing no more time, not going back to prison. And he draws the gun. He pulls the gun up. What do you want to do? Shoot him? I mean, I've given him a warning. I've told him what I want, and
He's not going back to prison. He's
strong in
told.
need. So yeah, I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. So as
But
you,
I'm not shooting to kill.
all right. So how would that work? Well, we'll just do a normal roll to hit.
I
So
think there's
I
a big
presume-
chandelier above, and he's probably shooting that, so it crashes down and mobilizes him and gets the gun out of his hand.
So
I
this
mean,
is,
I can. I
this
don't
is all
have to
hap-
shoot center mass.
This is happening at the same time. So you both
He's Russian. You might not know where his heart actually is.
Smith and Lang both roll your initiative, because I imagine, Lang, you've seen raise his gun after being told to put it down. So the highest dice gets to act first. Gets to
Ooh,
shoot
look at
first,
Lang.
basically. So
Oh, nice.
do you want to shoot him?
I will shoot him in the ankle. Yes.
So you like an ape, go for his leg. Go on then. So it's your assault.
Okay.
Your assault
And-
pool, which won't be a lot.
Combat. Oh, look at that.
Not a hit. So as the bullet flies off, he's lifted the gun up.
Suicide by cop.
Yeah. And now Smith, so both rotate. So you're both going to get your shots off before he gets to respond, if he gets to respond at all. It's like you fired your shots off, and then it's too late to not shoot. He wasn't probably going to shoot you. You think he was going to put the gun under his chin and shoot himself.
Well,
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting who's in the crossfire for both of these. Both of them are the sides we don't care about.
So yeah, you hit him in the ankle. So damage on a pistol is D3. I
D3.
believe. Yeah. If you're firing single shot, which you probably would do. So
Ooh,
that's
Nice.
well, that takes his
Or no,
leg
that's
from-
3. Jesus.
Yeah, that takes his legs from under him, and then it's we're talking split seconds. Smith, you fire off, so it's your assault. That's another hit. And where were you aiming for?
The same foot.
I imagine. I mean,
I was
basically,
trying to
you aim
wing him
for
to the shoulder.
Center mass. You should all be aiming for his chest.
I'm not aiming for his chest. I said I'm not shooting center mass. I'm trying to wing him.
Go on then.
Yeah.
So you've hit. So it's be another D3.
1 point for me.
So yeah, basically from like the two impacts, especially like his leg, he basically spins. So maybe he was going to shoot you. Maybe he was like going to top himself, but he just doesn't get a chance. I'm going to say his gun goes off, but it fires off into the ceiling as he spins and like lands on the floor on his back. So I imagine. Well, what do you want to do? So he's down. These two Chinese girls here aren't giggling and laughing. They're like started screaming hysterically when the guns have gone off.
Oh, okay.
And
Maybe they're not the
Anastasia,
assassin.
Anastasia's like just in a seat, kind of in shock that you've just killed Victor. Not that she's bothered. And the Chinese...
Wait, have we killed him?
Well, not killed him, taken him out.
I was going to say.
The Chinese lady she hasn't sat down. She just stood there, quite motionless. And as the shots fired off, this Chinese guy looked like he was going to make a move on Victor. But obviously you've shot him and he just stops and pulls back.
While the shots are going off, I'm going to look over at Blondie and say, you see, we're the smart ones. We're the one with the brains. We keep out of that kind of mess. You're going to talk to me later on and a couple of friends I have and let us know what this story is here. And we'll get you off easy. Don't worry.
So I rush forward. I kick his gun further away.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down. I'm going to put a knee on his back close to his shoulder that I winged. Well, I'm flipping him over onto his back. I'm going to put a knee on his back, go to cuff him, but I'm going to lean forward really close to his ear and say, "Where's the shipment?"
Nice.
Shipment? What shipment? Fuck you.
And then I club him in the back of the neck to try and knock him unconscious.
I mean, he's had a bit of a battering, so
yeah,
rabbit chop him. Yeah, I'll pistol whip him. Yeah, you knock him out.
That's literally knock him out while he's down.
Probably needs a medic.
Well, we got one.
So you recover his pistol. Whilst Schmidt is doing that, Lang, do you want to do anything?
I don't hear them have the conversation about the shipment, so I'm not going to question anyone else. I'm just going to observe and see if anyone's going to run away, I guess.
You don't know about the shipment, do you?
Mm-hmm.
So I look up at the two women as I finish cuffing him, and I say, "Just so you two know, somebody's looking for your shipment."
To the Chinese lady and Anastasia?
Yep. And then I pull Victor up and start to drag him out.
Detective, this is the Chinese lady. Are we under arrest?
You are not.
We're free to go. Me and my people.
Of course. Unless you don't think I should let you go.
Procedurally, I do have to write somebody up. I did cuff him. Unless he's willing to overlook it.
He's free to go as well.
This is a Chinese lady talking. She's got nothing to do with the Russian guy that you've got.
Yeah, I know. No, but the Chinese guy is also
the Chinese
cuffed.
guy out front is also
outside.
cuffed.
Yeah, you'll need to uncuff him. So yeah, me and my people are free to go.
You are.
We're here solely on business. I have nothing to do with anything what you're investigating. So we are free to go.
As far as I can tell, you have nothing to do with the murder of Jessica Taylor. You are absolutely free to leave.
So she speaks
or
out
free
in
to
Chinese.
stay and continue your business.
She kind of like says something in Chinese, snaps her fingers at the two girls. You think they've stopped like screaming and being hysterical, and one of them like starts giggling and laughing again. And there's open drug use on the table, so the high as kites, drugs, alcohol. Sure. They look like party girls, good time girls. They're kind of dressed in, kind of dressed that way, like metallic mini dresses, kind of thing, like Chinese. So she like snaps her fingers, and they all kind of follow her out. So they
before they proceed out, though, I am going to say, I did have one question you might be able to help me with.
So she'll turn back and look at you from down at the bottom of the steps. Yes, detective?
Does the moniker Red Dragon mean anything to you?
Yes.
And they leave.
Right. I'm not going to press if she doesn't want to give me more. So
she just smiles. Thank you, detective, and then she'll leave with her people. If you've only like used like those tie things, they'd be able to get them off, wouldn't they? Like cut them or whatever. So they'll free their compatriots outside. So you're just left with Anastasia.
Well, hang on, because I heard shots, so I think at some point while that's happening, Schmidt, Lang, anybody hurt up there?
We're good. Let him go.
I would imagine.
Let the Chinese go, I say specifically.
You're not hurt? Lang's not hurt?
I'm good.
Well, Victor's hurt. You might want to take a look at him.
Victor's hurt? I'm not a proctologist. I don't take care of assholes.
Get up here.
He's he's in a fairly bad way. So I presume you don't want him to die. So you will administer medical aid. You can roll for it.
All right.
You winged him.
You know what? Look, I have a good chance. I'm not drunk.
It's probably they're not life-threatening injuries. So you've got a success. So you basically stop the bleeding, patch him up. He's definitely not going to die. So yeah, not a problem. No death. So this guy, he's downstairs cuffed. Mm-hmm. Anastasia's here, and then you've got another Russian guy outside. So what do you want to do? So Victor is unconscious. You've got her on her own. So are you arresting her?
No. I do want to. I'll see what they do, but I'm going to suggest that Balash and Lang take the two suspects outside and wait for the paddy wagon, because we're not going to take them in our car.
Mm.
Yeah, well, they have to be taken in separate vehicles, so they can't talk and collude with one another.
Well, no, they'll be in a paddy wagon. They'll be probably with the future. They'll probably be gagged and have bags put over their head.
You call the backup in then to like come and do a pickup service.
Yeah, I'll tell them to call Becker. Becker was his name. Yeah.
Becker.
So Anastasia.
I tell them not to come in. We're good. We're just bringing out suspects.
She's calmed down somewhat. She kind of she gets up really slowly, comes closer towards you, and she speaks in quite a low voice. You presume so the guy downstairs doesn't hear her. She's like wiping the tears from her eyes. Jessica, how did she die?
Is she talking to Balash or me?
All of you, you're all stood there, aren't you, sir?
Okay.
He's on the floor, into unconscious, so we'll say that. So she's kind of like moved in between.
Looks like she was tased to incapacitate her.
Balash.
Then she was
Balash.
What? Not to mention the cigarette burn on the inner thigh. What?
Oh God! She starts crying again. I call her Jessica. She fucking wasn't even called Jessica, was she? I don't know who she was. Played me.
She was a Jessica. Jennifer.
Doris.
She cared about you.
Cared about me. She's used me to find out things. She's ruined me. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. You might as well shoot me now. Victor was right. Victor, fucking Vic. I know Victor's looking out for me. Victor wants me. I don't like him. He's a dog. He's a man. He's an animal. Oh,
an animal.
So I'll
do a deal.
No, I poignantly look at Balash and Lang and I say, you two have an opportunity to step out now. If you stay, you might not like what happens.
You want the shipment? We do a deal. I have to disappear. I have to disappear. I know where the shipment is.
She's already said it.
I am a medic. I can make you disappear. How many pieces do you want to disappear in?
No.
Balash, be serious.
New identity, new place. I'm gone. If I stay here, I'm dead. They'll kill me. I've ruined everything.
The name Jessica's not being used anymore. We could probably give you that one.
Lang, can we set that up for her?
Something could be arranged.
This will have to be
it would
off
be
the
in
books,
house.
you understand.
Yeah, it would have to be off the books. So you'd have to do it off your own back. It would probably be doable with your tech know-how, but yeah, she couldn't go through.
And $5,000 of stolen money.
You can't go through like the legal channels. Well, that's for your lead detective to explain. You're
I
hearing
think this is largely going to be on Lang. Although, what's this gentleman down here's name?
Blondie.
Blondie. Yeah, he's not got a name. It's called Ivan. Ivan.
So I ask her, I'm like, we can probably set something up for you, but it would help to have more assistance for Lang, I think. And if I read the situation correctly, I believe Ivan is probably your hacker.
He does tech, yes.
Lang, could you work with him? The two of you maybe putting something together for Anastasia?
I mean,
That
maybe
won't
if he
work.
helps me.
That won't work.
Why not?
I need to disappear. He can't know where I'm going. He can't have anything to do with it. If he knows you're making me disappear, it'll get back to my.
Is he that
security.
loyal to your family?
Under interrogation, yes. They'll
that's
get
fair.
what information they need out of him. He's a
But
nobody.
you trust us to set it up? Obviously, he can't hear us because we're up here.
I don't have a choice. I trust you or I die. Simple.
Okay,
And while she's saying this, she's like, she's upset. She's been touching her face, and then she's like touching a necklace,
Yeah.
and you see it's the same necklace as what Jessica had in her room. It's the falcon with the
Did
diamond.
Balash take that?
Yes, I did. I would have put it in the evidence bag and photographed it.
She's wearing the identical pendant, and you will also notice she's got the same tattoo on her arm.
Mm-hmm.
So, Balash, give her the necklace.
Yeah, I think in a moment of like, I hope this helps assuage your guilt and your sorrow. And I'm saying both those words because she should know that she was a part. Sorry.
Did Lang take the SIM card from the picture frame itself that had like the pictures on it?
Yeah.
Because the picture frame would have had some kind of storage.
So, you were gonna check the club out. So the majority of those pictures will tally to this club where they were taken. The one with her in was like in a restaurant somewhere else. You don't really know where that was.
Well, no, I'm just wondering if we have the pictures, because I would say to Anastasia, like, she kept this and she had mostly pictures of you in her frame in her bedroom.
Yeah,
she cared about you.
Lang, just like normal procedure, any kind of evidence, you'll have photographed it, bagged it, whatever. So yeah, she will have even like copied the card that was in the frame, copied the file. So yeah, you would be able to show her that. So,
well, we're going to need to destroy those if we're trying to give Anastasia, like, give her the necklace, destroy the pictures. Like, we're going to have to remove any connection to Anastasia there, and then Lang's going to have to make some rolls to get her set up. So I see, assuming Lang and Balash are in on it, I think we can help you. But you got to tell me where the shipment is. You got to tell me where it's being stored.
I have to disappear. So I mean, once Victor will talk, because he will save his own skin. I know he says he loves me, but he will squeal like a pig. He will give me up. He's kept quiet so far, but He will give me up to save his own skin.
He'll also give up the location of the shipment, which means that going
He
through all the
doesn't know.
expensive help.
Well, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know where the shipment is.
She doesn't know that we don't know that he doesn't know.
Yeah, he said he didn't know. I asked him when I got down in his ear.
No, he said other things, which made it sound like he wasn't going to say.
So,
He was very aggressive, but okay.
Give me. It's gonna be a command roll. This is to see if she can fully trust you to make that decision. I don't think she's got much choice. So you can have a plus. I'm gonna say a +1. Say a +2 because there's a group of you. You're having a conversation. You just need one.
Well, I got a 5.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
So she gives you a location. The location is Caraway Park, which you will know as a massive industrial warehouse complex, like an industrial site.
Okay.
Huge.
So
And,
this is.
this is
Sorry, go
where
ahead.
this is where the weapons are stored. And she kind of thinks about it. She touches the necklace and she's looking at the necklace that you've given her that was Jessica's, and then she says, "Warehouse 68."
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is how I want to wrap this up. I will now tell Lang and Balash, take Anastasia and go and start removing evidence and working on her cover. I'll wait here for the team to come pick up Victor and Ivan and whoever you have cuffed out front.
So
Just go, take the car. I'll hook up with you both later.
I comply.
This is like happening. Your phone starts ringing, Detective Smith. That's the number.
So I tell everybody, go now. Balash, get Victor out of here. You're strong. Carry him. Oh, no. Actually, Victor's unconscious. He can stay here. My mistake. Yeah, you two take Anastasia and go.
Yeah, right. I can carry her because I'm strong.
Well, you don't have to carry her. She's
okay.
conscious.
He wants to carry her.
Like, you guys just go.
Look how
Okay.
strong I am.
No, wait. We can't go out the front. The Chinese and the other Russian will see us. We have to go out the side so they don't. I'll go get the car and bring it down the alley.
Well,
you meet me there.
The Russian is unconscious, so you would presume he's.
Yeah, he might be coming back.
The Chinese guy's gone. They'll have taken him. They'll cut him free and taken him.
My idea is solid. I'm executing it.
So the phone is ringing, and it is the number.
As the phone is ringing, I'm waiting for them to. I'm assuming Balash is going as well. I'm waiting for them to get out.
I'm out of earshot.
So then I'll pick up the phone.
Detective Smith.
I see you've done your homework.
How are things proceeding?
Perfectly. I have a location. Do you have payment?
That is most excellent. I have payment.
I'm looking at my data pad. I'm like, I'm waiting for indication. Half now, half after your raid, I think would be appropriate.
No. One payment. Drop off. You choose the location.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you're gonna be taken out. Love it.
I'll come in person. I'll bring in the money.
You're gonna go alone.
How can I trust you'll show if I just give you the location? You could just get your shit and forget about me.
I will bring the money. We will meet. You will give me the location. My compatriots will confirm the location. And you will leave with the money.
Cyberstreets.
Very good.
10K? cash. That
For a
sound
tip, that sounds good.
good? A tip? Oh, I like you. 20.
I'll take it.
Okay. So choose a place.
So I'm going to choose, I'm assuming I know the city fairly well. I'm going to choose a relatively somewhat public place near here within walking distance. But also a place that, you know, not necessarily is well observed, if you catch my meaning. So I'll tell him that.
There's nobody knows where this location is. There's no loose ends. That's what I'm saying. You've got the location. We need to move now before anything gets out. If anybody lawyers up, they'll get the information out.
No one other than me.
Is the Russian dead? The Solikov, is she dead?
She's removed from the board.
Okay. So yeah, let's meet. So we will wind it up there. So we'll just say that. Are you going on your own? Are the other two going with you?
No, I'm going on my own to this meet, because I'm figuring this is where we could end for the evening, because I know we're all running up against a wall here.
I could just I can finish it here unless you're wanting to do like the another part to it.
Well, no, there's one more thing that I'd like to do, right? So I'm gonna go meet them. I'm gonna give them, I'm gonna take my money, and assuming that they don't just murder me outright, I will then give them the location so they can go do the raid, and I can wash my hands of it.
So where would you choose to meet?
Like I said, somewhere relatively public but not overly patrolled, and somewhere nearby, because I'm gonna walk there. I don't have a car.
Okay, what like I don't know, like a drive-through restaurant or something like that, or
like a cafe, like a classic noir diner meetup, right?
So it like within the city, there's no open spaces or anything like that. It's quite built up.
Right, yeah. But there'll be like an automat or like a diner on a lower level of a building or something like that.
Okay, then. So you agree a time. So it is just yourself, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you're sat there at the.
Well, hang on. Before I do that. Well, maybe okay. Yeah, go ahead and explain that, and then I want to finish this out with a quick flashback after you resolve me passing off the information.
So you're sat in this diner.
Mm-hmm.
So you've probably got 5 minutes to kill. I wish I'd got an image of a diner. When I'm going to say there's like maybe some open space, maybe a car park or something, or maybe a side road.
Sure.
So, we'll ignore the backdrop. So at the side of the city map, there's actually the picture of Caraway Park, but ignore that.
Nice.
That's not what it is. So you're sat there waiting. You're expecting for somebody probably to pull up in a car, some type of land vehicle, and then come into the building. But instead, a few minutes before the allotted time, this thing comes down out of the sky. So it's a vertical
VTOL vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like kind of hardcore, probably like
Miltech. Yeah,
Miltech mercenary kind of thing. So it just kind of dips down out of the sky, lands up, and then you see this big chap here gets out of it and makes his way across the street So it does turn a few heads, people looking at it, but you do see these things flying around now and again, and you do see him land. So he's on his own, comes across the street, carrying like a small hand satchel.
Yeah.
The trench coat's like wide open. You don't see any visible guns on him. So he just comes up to the restaurant, comes inside, looks around, sees you, recognizes, obviously, he knows your name, so
yeah,
he knows what you look like. So comes across, he smiles, sits down across from you. He's got the hold all satchel in his arms. Good morning.
It is a good morning, isn't it?
So, location?
Caraway Park. It's not far from here. Industrial area. Warehouse 68.
So it takes out. It's probably taken out a data pad, and he's like typing stuff in as you speak. So it might take 5 or 10 minutes, but maybe we can order a coffee or breakfast. I've not eaten. So, is there anything you want to say within those 10 minutes, or are you just going to sit and have breakfast?
No, I mean, unless he questions me, I've given him what he wants. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to dig myself a hole with these people.
So, you have a breakfast. His data pad starts vibrating. He answers it. Good. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can. Yeah. And then he puts the satchel on the table. All done. Maybe we can work together again. It's always good to have somebody respectable in the police department.
I am not unopposed to it. I hold up my hand to him.
So he'll take your hand, give you a firm handshake. Maybe see you soon, Detective Smith. And then he turns and he leaves, walks across the road, gets into this hover vehicle flying thing, and it just whizzes straight off. As soon as he gets in, it just goes gone.
So I get up and I take the satchel, I sling it over my shoulder, and this place is actually relatively close to my flat, so I'm just going to walk home. On the way home, I don't live in the best part of town, so nobody's probably going to freak out when I pull out my gun. I pop the clip, I take a spare bullet from my pocket and put it back into the clip, which is down one bullet. And I remember as I stepped out of the club how I shot Victor in the head before I left. And I walk home, $20,000 richer.
Okay. Is that all for you?
That was beautiful. That's very nice. I love the way you outplayed my character. That was absolutely beautiful. Wonderful playing with you, Marok, as well. Looking forward to playing at tables with you again in the future. Britt, thank you so much for pulling this out of your rear end for us in such short notice. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was out of my rear end as well.
No, it was great.